Yep.
Live, people.
Hello,
Hello.
Internet.
Hi, Internet. Drink
Evening,
water.
Internet. Always drink water. It's very important.
What's
Right.
water?
Oh, who wants to be our session reteller?
Well, we could just read the description.
I mean, there's
that kind of is all the key points.
that. I mean,
Alright.
there's a couple other key points that happened.
I checked out this.
I will go ahead and do the recap then.
Do it up.
Unless were you about to?
No, it's fine.
All right. So last session, you guys, after having, closed the door on a couple of zombie, undead skeletons that came up, you re-entered the room and tore through them with relative ease. Very, very little danger to the party for the most part, although some did get a few lucky hits. You guys were then able to barricade the area and then search around in the room. All while at the same time, as has been mentioned, Talesin took some of his soul walk, which I had lowered the Constitution saving throw for because I thought he had some druid ability that he mentioned, but as it turns out, I just misheard him, and he was just like, "Can I do this because I'm a druid?" So that's irrelevant. Anyways, then we went through. He had a vision, and he, after waking up, shared that vision with everyone. The vision was of a frogkin, an emerald stoned frog speaking to Talesin, seemingly from a forest, then turned into a swamp. Then the frog spoke to him and then exploded into tiny green dragons and informed him, saying that the creature must be stopped and those who support him must be removed. He woke up and told everyone this, and then had the bright idea of turning the soul walk into a weapon, and with the assistance of Jerk's proficiency in the poisoning kit and aid, with that aid and his my herbalism kit, we were able to reduce some of the drug down to a liquid and some vials. So now, Sparkle Gem in your inventory, you've got 2 vials of Soul Walk that can act as a poison or as something to ingest.
Or I could sell
it's liquid. It's liquid in a vial. And then, so you guys kind of went through that. There was some exchange of goods while Talesin was sleep tripping. There was a hat exchange, some equipment exchanged. A couple of you took a short rest. Rested while he was sleeping with the door barricaded. There was no issues through that rest. And I believe we come back to then in the morning. Or not in the morning, actually, it's something like 8 p.m. at night. And the door is still barricaded. You guys are in this room, you're out of combat.
Okay, so I'm first thing I do before we head out, I'm going to use a charge of my peculiar puking potion, and I'm going to coat my rapier with it.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, you do that. All right. So mark off one of your charges. You pour the liquid down into the scabbard of your rapier, and you put the rapier back in the scabbard, effectively coating it.
Yay!
I'm gonna start unbarricading the door so we can leave.
All right.
I'll help with that.
Unless I go stand in the corner and watch them.
Right.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna be packing all my leather armor up into freaking my backpack. Not even wearing it. Oh, and using the staff to cast mage defense or mage armor now. Because it lasts
Okay.
for 8 hours, correct?
8 hours. That's right. Remember, it's like 8 p.m. So until 8 hours from that, I'm not going to math. You guys collectively, with a few of you moving and unbarricading the door, you're able to unbarricade it. Obviously, you can unlock it, and I'm assuming you're going to go out places, but I'm not sure. You're attuned to the staff,
Yes.
and you have a mage armor cast.
Yeah, and then I just did an override on my armor and put +3 because, it's a 3 difference between the base and the mage armor base. If that makes sense.
Okay. Is that right though? I don't.
Technically, the right
Yeah.
thing to do in D&D Beyond would be to take off the leather armor on the character sheet and then change the
Done.
base armor plus stats to straight 14.
No,
it adds the +1 on its own.
It'd
Yeah,
be
so
13.
13 from armor and 1 from dex.
Right.
All right, this is really why I wanted to do this beforehand, because I don't want to be going over this a million different times. But just make sure that it's on
Because
because
if
now
you
I
put
gotta
it,
sit
if you
here
put it
and
in as a +3, then where does the shield go?
Because there's
So-
there's multi overrides, including additional magic bonus, override base.
Okay.
Which
and
is right
override.
here. There we go.
But, yeah,
And I put in
listen.
parentheses where it came from. That's all I'm saying.
I'm done.
Okay, we're gonna pull that mage armor thing off your sheet that you just added on. Without your leather armor on, and without the staff of defense attuned, your AC is 11. Attuning
Correct.
it goes. Now, if you cast mage armor with just this being your base, right? Your AC becomes 13 plus your dex modifier,
Correct.
which is
1. So that would be 14. Plus the natural magic bonus of 1 that the staff gives me would bring it up to a total of 15. Because it's 13 plus dex, 14 plus the +1 of the staff of defense is 15.
all right.
From what I remember, the Staff of Defense auto adds it to your AC when you have it
It does,
attuned.
which is why you don't need to. Which is why you don't need to add that extra 1 in. It will, once you have it equipped and attuned,
Yeah.
it adds that +1 in. So now your
Right.
AC is 12. Now if you cast 14, so it would be 15 now.
Correct.
All right. All right, cool.
Let's.
Also, yeah, okay. Thank you. So, it's all mage armored up. I don't know if you want to describe what your mage armor looks like, or I don't even know what your character looks like at this point without leather armor. Whatever.
Yeah. I was going to put effort and thought into that, but I didn't feel like it right now because it's like,
It can be a surprise.
it could be a surprise when I decide to share it once my brain fully wakes up.
All right.
All right, so party meeting. So this was the south end of the four-way intersection. The north end has a closed door that no one has opened. The east end has a big room with some moss and other things in it. And the west leads back to what is probably not a baby dragon.
Totally a baby dragon.
So I'd like to vote north first. What do you guys think?
I say we go adopt a baby dragon.
I want to check out the fungus-filled area, but
My vote's for fungi.
You guys were looking at them in terms of just paths that you can walk, which direction is which.
Yeah, like which way to go.
And you can just kind of vote.
Well, it seems at least 2 votes are going towards fungus.
I think we should leave the baby dragon alone.
I say we lure our enemies to the baby dragon. Sacrifice it. Isn't that how the other weird thing like does?
Hmm. Yes,
The,
but
the Nothic.
The other weird thing. It's
Yeah.
how we win friends. We sacrifice the living.
that I wish I could say that you were wrong, but that is exactly how that happened.
You didn't throw a living person to the Nothic. It was dead.
It's also kind of not the only time that's happened, is it?
He was also like a shitty bandit. And you guys didn't really do anything. I did it.
God, I'm glad that.
While they're
Somebody was
arguing
around
about
for
this, I'm just going to sneak off into this room.
P-Bear was around in the Tresnadar Manor.
That he was.
I'm just
There
saying
was-
that I specifically
no, that
got
was
the body and threw it into the
Anyways.
Nothic.
That was
Yeah,
what, a
body.
certain number of months ago. At that moment, I think somebody, probably Pierre, was just fighting in a staircase and not taking part in the Nothic stuff. I think that was Pierre.
Yeah, that was totally Pooh Bear because the thing gave him the fucking creeps and he didn't want to go near it. Hell, he refused to even accept a sword that was like part of his background because the Nothic had it.
Well, the paladin's got to have his standards, right?
There's a code there somewhere.
I know there's a code there
Which is-
somewhere, but
I love legendary swords. Tell me all about it. I'll take it. I want it. I want it. I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
if I played a paladin, it would be the paladin from the video I saw where you are working for your deity that lives in your sword and shield and swears whenever you hit out of the sword.
All right, you guys.
Wow.
What are we doing here?
I mean,
I'm okay with East. Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Talesin, you're willing to go first and see whatever that plant is?
Sure.
I
I'll
don't
just
want to
go.
go first.
I mean, while they were
come up
discussing
here.
that, I snuck over into this room to recheck it.
I think this is the third time we've checked this room.
Yeah, well, maybe if you had better eyesight, I wouldn't have to check it over again.
It's like, has someone ransacked it further in the last 6 hours?
I will be frank. You guys walked into the room and checked that desk. You did not check the
Yeah, the
cupboard,
cover.
the cubbies that I mentioned several times.
Yeah.
But you can go. You can go through that cabinet. Give me your investigation check.
Investigation. Where's my roll commands, yo?
It's just
Don't ask me.
/R 1d20 plus 3.
How do
Hashtag
you know
it.
my rolls?
He has everyone's character sheets pulled up
I'm
all
not
the
a crook.
time.
It's just one. There's a
It's just one at a time.
yeah. There's
It is like super meta gamey that you do that.
how so?
I have asked
Because
you to
everyone-
pay attention to your own character sheet multiple times in the past.
Because
Oh, well,
you're,
I
because you're paying
appreciate
attention. Yeah, because that way you know where everyone's standing.
Yeah,
mean-
what they do.
Is
I
that
mean, I don't really care. I'm just saying it is super meta.
It's mega meta.
So Sparkle Gem takes little to no care as she goes through investigating in here. She's kind of picking up things, all the stuff. Kind of, it's mostly filled with mail and different stuff. There's just
Junk.
letters, and they're kind of falling apart as you're going through the cabinet. Just kind of, you feel like everything's falling apart, and you just kind of bash your hands on it. Of course, you do press on something that doesn't fall apart.
Oh.
And in one of the bottom shelves, you find a scroll that seems somehow sturdier than the others. It is not. It is not rotted the way these other things have.
I hope it's not a fireball scroll.
I
it's
hope
fireball
it
scroll.
is.
Like
I
I'd
totally
ever give
hope
you
it's
guys fireball after that last time.
I mean,
Dude, give me all the fireball. You said we're
Alright.
allowed to TPK each other, so why are you preventing me from getting fireball?
I mean, it's
I'm
not.
not preventing you from getting a fireball, but there is a scroll there. If you open it up and take a look, you'll find that it is a scroll of ceremony. It's a scroll that essentially has the spell cast for ceremony. All right, but that is the only surviving piece, and it's only survived because of the magic imbued in the paper. The enchantment on the page and the magical paper that it's written on, I would have kept it here.
Ceremony is weird.
Yeah, I can't find it.
I had gone up here to check out, just to start checking out that other part. Just I did because he's mostly in the black for me, so I didn't know if you could see him.
Okay. If you guys are moving forward, give me your old marching order so that I know who's the front and back. And you guys could literally just set up your characters with that. Also need to know where this torch is if you're relighting the torch, so that I can move that circle for you.
I think I had gone up first.
I will take the rear.
Ooh.
I'll move on up this way. As I'm walking this way, I'm gonna call back and be like, "Can somebody grab that gnome?"
Oh, all right. So I go tell her, "Hey, we're moving," and then I walk back.
All right. So the order I see is Talesin, Godwald, Bear, Jerk, Sparkle Gem.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
That fits what we discussed.
Man, I wish I could swap these really fast. Let's see if I can.
Should
Where am
I?
I? There.
Should I do my meat shieldy duties and be up front?
Probably. Go meet Shield.
Well,
From our last
Yeah.
encounter, the first thing in there is a plant, so I asked the druid to go first.
yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of agree with that.
I would like to see
Yeah.
him
That's my
with my
simple
big
logic.
ass
I wanna check out the fungus first.
child.
Make sure that it's not gonna fuck us up.
Mm-mm.
First level spell.
All right. Sorry, I tried a new thing on my DM screen. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got little business card holders on the back of them, and I can put your cards in the order that you guys are in.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
I am totally preparing for if we can swing it, a Halloween in person.
Oh, I thought of
Session.
an idea of that as well, but we could talk about that
Smaller.
later.
All the cards together, monsters and things you guys have.
Gotta catch them all.
We're gonna get there. It's gonna be great. All right. I apologize for the distraction.
So there's 6 cards. Is there one for Droop?
Droop is no longer with us. He's dead to me.
I have tons of blank cards. I'll make them for whoever's in your party.
No, who's the 6th business card?
Oh, baddies. Because I've been doing them in groups, so you guys will look before or after.
That does
Gotcha.
make sense.
Yep. So you guys are coming into this area. Just as a reminder of what it looks like, or I suppose Talesin's the only person who's seen it in the past. There are dense carpets of strange fungi covering large sections of floor in the cavern. Its growths include puffballs about a foot across, mushrooms and other plants of that, the fungus family. There's a weird shelf fungus growing on the stalagmites, large stalks, and some of them have caps that are almost 5 feet tall.
Those are tall.
Some of these puff balls glow with an eerie green phosphorescence, and actually, anyone who is entered this room can actually see into the room. Talesin, you throw me. Well, you're probably like 120, so I'm gonna give you the room. So anyways. So roundabouts, what you're able to see as you enter in the room. You see the fungus across the floor, or kind of covering all those areas, but it's very dense in these areas where you're seeing it kind of on the map.
Okay. I would like to move forward and do a survival check to see if this stuff is like poisonous or like if it's any sort of danger to us or something, like a natural hazard.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the roll, and you probably have to get a little bit closer to get a better identification of the things than 15-ish feet away.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll walk right up to it.
I will be aside.
I'm staying away from all this crap because y'all be tripping nuts.
I'd like to cast
Yeah.
resistance on myself.
That's just Talesin that was tripping.
Maybe for the time being.
You're just saying that in general. Y'all be tripping.
You guys made a mistake and gave me trippy liquids. You think I'm
Okay.
not opposed to using it on my party members?
Oh, waiting for a survival check.
It's an unnatural 20.
All right. Actually, a little bit before you get quite so close, you guys see. Oh no, I don't have it cropped. Let's see if I can find it supervised. As you guys approach Talesin, as you approach and you're checking out the different funguses, you notice one of the mushroom stalks, the caps, is kind of been tilted down, and as it actually moves, lift up, and you can sort of make out in the grooves of the stalk a face.
Frick.
And the face goes,
Initiative.
"Hi guys."
In what?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And roll me initiative.
I don't speak mushroom, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So there's two kinds of mushroom people: the ones that just have high-pitched
Nat
voices
20.
and don't care, and the ones that walk up and punch you really, really hard.
Yeah, I'm hoping these aren't Dark Souls versions.
These are funny.
I'm
It's never any subversion, you think, because I've never seen half
Sorry.
the things you're talking about.
Ask, like.
All right,
So
I see everybody.
Great, there's a giant 50-foot fucking circle here. Wonder what that's for.
The fight begin. Roll.
Oh,
So again, it kind of just sort of very slowly tilts back, and you can sort of make out the features of what seems like closed eyes and a face, and sort of crack open a little bit, and then just, "Oh hi," and then as soon as he says, "Oh hi," the green puffballs explode into a cloud of poison gas that fills the room.
Is it
Sweet.
magic gas?
Oh,
Magic
good.
poison gas?
Am I in that?
You are just outside of it, but everyone else, hold on a second, let me get your initiative rolls down so I can go make those a thing.
yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't add the modifier to mine.
No, that's okay. Did everybody add them? Can everybody just give me your basic roll, starting with Talesin?
I got a nat 20.
Jerk.
3.
Base roll. What does happen there? Okay. That was weird. And it did it again. Cool. Oh, numlock got turned off. Cool. Godwald.
8 on the die.
And Gabe's out, right?
There is no Gabe.
It is not summoned. He's away in the pocket dimension. Hubert.
We're running on torch.
A natural 2, which comes to a natural 1.
You have a negative one.
I got you guys. I got your guys' modifiers programmed in the spreadsheet, so I'm just asking for the rolls. Sparkle Gem, what's yours?
4.
4. All right.
And please put the torch on Pubert.
I don't have a torch lit. Y'all are responsible for the torch when we're not in combat.
No,
'Cause I only
we
get
already
1 minute with my mage hand.
we lit it before we left. He was just telling Jared to move the cursor. The icon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that's what Hubert has, the torch.
I think it's in the mage hand.
My mage hand only lasts 1 minute. I've already told you guys 2 sessions ago that in between combat you have to carry it, and then
Yeah,
I can
that
take
happened.
it
Maybe.
as my first as my first attack. But
Okay.
Okay.
So your torchlight should be above it, but of course, in this room, you can see anyways. Everybody who is in the room needs to roll me a Constitution saving throw. So everybody but Godwald.
So, is this a poison effect?
This is
Oh,
poison.
never mind. Never mind. I thought I had poison and disease. It's just disease.
So it's basically those green puff balls pursed. All the while, and it very quickly happens, just this gust of poison goes up throughout the room. It's still just kind of smiling at you guys. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 3.
All right. And is that the to have jerks? Oh, okay, jerks was after. So 15. So everyone else reacts quickly enough in order to kind of like cover their mouth in some way, shape, or form, except for Bear, who's like, oh, what's this? And
It's a giant mushroom. Maybe it's friendly.
right, maybe it's a friendly mushroom.
I just imagine
And
Hubert trying to like capture the pore puffs in his mouth like bubbles.
Bear, you take a whopping 10 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
And for the
Ouch.
next 10 minutes, you are poisoned.
100 rounds.
So,
A fun fact from the PHB. Lay on hands can cure one poison with a cost of 5 points.
Oh,
all right.
signed into Beyond.
Time to touch himself.
That would be a full action.
All right, but
later.
Well, actually, let me paste these in.
Give me a second. I thought I was signed into D&D Beyond. Apparently, I'm not.
Shame.
We can blame Twitch for that, probably.
Well, I'm
Right.
on my laptop at.
So this poison gas, this poison gas pop filled the room, and Talesin, it's your turn.
Well, I feel like we need to keep going, but yeah. I feel like if I take the dash action, I can probably get to the outside of it on the other side. But I don't know if I don't want to separate the party.
That's.
Yeah, you can run out of this room and into the next.
Yeah, I also don't know what's over there, but
From where you're standing, you should see that now too. I'll get it.
Oh, okay.
You do see that in that corner, there's just a larger clump, and actually, like the fungus molds and other things kind of grow up and are just either up a ledge or in a gigantic pile. How far can you see?
60.
As a regular elf, I think.
I'm gonna try and run up this way and get out of it. So I guess I would be. I don't think I can restore. I can't. I don't think I can do anything that would restore poison.
Do you have lesser restoration today?
No.
Talesin enters into the other room using his action to dash and get out. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I think you have one more square.
I mean, I'm fine here. I'm kind of just waiting for you guys.
Yeah, as you run, you kind of reach the edge of the cloud, and you can clearly see that you're outside of this.
I will use my interaction to yell back and be like, guys, there's like stairs and other rooms over here, like made by probably dwarves. I don't know. There's more stuff over here if you guys can get over here.
All right, and that means it is Godwald's turn. Godwald, you're on the other side of this poison cloud. And you just saw Talesin go run farther in and shout back.
So you said all the little puffs in the air became the cloud, right? So there's no
Yep.
more puffs?
Oh no, there's a bunch of them. Well, one of them exploded and popped off into the room. The room is currently filled with this gas.
Ah, that's bad. Let's see. So, and it's that far away from me, and it's really all it's done.
I don't know why I moved that off of him.
I think it was because it was both on the map layer, and then when you were adding vision, you moved it out of the way.
Oh, I must have clicked it. Gotcha.
Unless the only other thing I can think is unless this room connects to that other hallway back there.
Okay, so I can see as far as the thing that popped up, and everyone else covered themselves. Pubert started coughing.
Yeah, there's dim light filling this entire cavern. Oh, and yeah, you would have seen the green cloud of noxious fumes billow out and envelop the room in in just a few seconds. Oh wait, and Talesin, I forgot. I'm sorry. As you ran by, you noticed one more of the little guys turn and go. Wait. And this little stalk just kind of turned and watched you go.
They sound cute, but
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
yes.
Not a problem.
So is there a second explosion?
Is there a second explosion? No,
Of poison.
the room is filled with poison gas.
Okay, so I don't want to go in there.
All right, I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to decide what you're gonna do.
Sure. That's there. That's there. I'd like to throw a first level healing word at Pubert. And then
Okay.
prepare Toll the Dead for if it makes another hostile action. The one that was close to Talesin. And then stay where I am and pass.
All right, what does healing word give Pubert?
Reread that feature. Uh, 11 points.
Nice.
Get 11 points back.
I spend the spell slot, prepare my action, and I pass.
Okay. Your action wasn't a healing word,
That was my bonus action.
so you're hold the Toll the Dead if one of these mushroom guys attack somebody.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That means it is now Jerk's turn. Jerk, you're in a cavern. A noxious cloud of green gas has
All right, so I can use
filled the
my
room. This entire cavern insanely fast.
movement and my dash to get just outside of the poison over by Talesin. So I'm going to do
Okay.
that.
So you can bonus action your dash. Is that what you're doing, or are you
Yeah,
using your action
I'm
to dash?
bonus actioning my dash. And
Okay.
then,
Right back.
do I have a line of sight on this mushroom? Looks like I just may. What do you think?
I mean, I don't think that the mushrooms are necessarily doing anything to us.
Okay, well, I'll leave him be.
I'm only
Like, they
casting
didn't.
out-
I wouldn't say you have much of a line of sight from that, anyways. Like your arrow would have to kind of curve around a corner a little bit.
All right. Well, I'll ready my action in case something else pops up and pull out my
So you hold your action to do in case
Actually,
something.
you know what? I'm going to use my action to investigate this area and see if there's anything I can see from where I am, as far as like
Okay.
traps or monsters or.
To take a look around is perception.
Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and roll a perception, and I'll tell you what you see in the room.
Nice.
Cool. I can actually
What is it?
see things. It's 21.
21?
Mhm.
All right. Sorry, I had some chores that delayed me a little bit from getting completely set up.
No, it's fine.
All right. So basically, as you come into this room, what's striking about this room is after you exited this previous cavern with all those, like I said, molds and fungi and these different strange plants growing in, you come into this room, and you notice as you look up, the ceiling is filled with glittering minerals that it's that are catching every minutest bit of light that's being cast from the room and kind of shimmering, almost giving the impression of like a night sky just filled with stars and galaxies.
Neat.
Inside the room, you see dozens of skeletons. Many have been crushed under fallen debris. Some are scattered across the floor. But just general characters of the shape too is the cage is large enough that you actually can see two freestanding structures off. Well, you kind of see the wall of one off in the distance to the north, and then you're looking at the doors to another from there. Oot, 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 oot.
Okay, cool. So I'll use my interaction to tell Talesin. I'll be like, there's a bunch of skeletons over there. I don't know if they're going to come to life. I'm scared.
Scared.
And then
We'll be okay.
that's everything.
All right. That means it is now one of the sprouts' turns. Cool. Sprout turns, and he gets up, and he kind of as this little mushroom kind of like wiggles its stalk to raise itself up a little bit higher than it was, and you see it kind of like pull little root feet out of the ground in front of you, Pooh and it kind of, and as it's like freed itself from the ground, it then kind of walks forward to the
Oh no!
edge of
Don't.
to the edge of its the edge of the mold encampment here,
Oh,
and it just goes, "Hello, friend,"
Don't trouble yourself.
and it extends like it kind of like part of the stalk just kind of, and you see that like just how, almost how the face is sort of into it's like extends its little hand, and as the sprout extends his hand,
Fox tax.
no, he shoots a little like a cloud of spores come off of him, and It's in a 10-foot radius around him, just enough to kind of like reach where you are, Pubert. Pubert, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Cross your fingers for me.
Can that trigger my ready to action?
So that's a 13.
13. All right. Yeah. You make the throw. You're not poisoned or anything like that. You actually. It's kind of hard to tell inside of the cloud of green smoke, but this is of green like fumes. This is like a yellow fume, so it's like a different thing that kind of came off of it. But you don't feel any more ill than you did a moment ago. Godbolt, I suppose it depends on if you consider this being a hostile action.
It sounds similar enough to the previous cloud that I would consider it one.
Okay, then you cast Toll of the Dead on the Sprout. The Sprout needs to make a Wisdom save. He gets a 4, so he does not make it. So he is undamaged. Go ahead and roll me a damage.
I deal 5 necrotic damage with my ready to action.
Sprout hears your, magical bells ringing in its head, and it's like it had its hand out, and it had what seemed to be like a very relaxed look on its face as it was extending to Pubert, saying, "Hello, friend." And then it's just like turns and frowns, and it's just like jowls like sink, and its mouth goes open, and goes, "Oh!" and just like very slowly, in the quiet yell. It looks hurt, so like shakes off parts of the cap are like damaged and falling off, and it's almost now just like the stalk mostly. So the cap is off of it, and it just which then brings us to the other sprouts hearing the worried cries of one of their own.
He just
Wake up and
woke
start
up a
moving.
mini boss.
So they then start wiggling and shouting around, and I guess there are 4 of them up now. So the other 4 start to root up and wiggle themselves free, and 10, and they kind of move off to the edge of their. He gets outside. I'm old. Wakes up and starts moving. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, all of the sprouts wake up. Everything. So
There's like 30 of them in here. Ah, shit. There is the big boss.
there is a big one in there. Yep.
That's a big
Yeah, they
boy.
all
Fuck.
just like some mushroom colonies work, when one of them feels pain, they all feel pain. And
Do
so they
mushrooms feel pain?
these living ones that can
Humanoid
speak
ones.
do. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, and so, but that is their turns. They move, and yeah, the other ones from before when you had heard "Hello, friend" and an extended handshake. You're not friends, not friends. No quiet moaning happening. And now it's
is
Sparkle Gem's
Pubert
turn.
choking in real life?
No, not in real life. That was roleplay choking.
Good acting. Sparkle
Thank
Gem. Once attacked the aggressors, now these things have started making moves towards everyone, saying, "Not friend, not friend." It's your turn. What do you do? Sparkle Gem.
Sparkle Gem had to go grab meds quick. Sorry.
All right. Well, did you catch what happened?
Everything woke up.
Lots of things look up. Not friend. Not friend. Not friend. Not
Yeah.
friend. I gotta like lower it and open the throw. Not friend. Not friend.
Gotcha. And it's my turn?
It is your turn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't get through this fucking room, so I'm retreating. There is no way with my dash or anything I could get through this room in one turn.
Well, we did rule it 3 sessions ago that you can dash and cunning dash in the same turn.
Well, it really doesn't matter because if you dash, cutting dash, they're the same double
Yeah.
speed movement.
Well, and when you said that, I was like, you gain that much movement for that
Well,
turn.
here's the thing: is either I
So you can
could
do it
back
twice.
up and retreat.
Because
No,
then you
can't
could,
do it
because then
twice.
you could just stack it and quadruple your movement. She could go from 25 to 100 feet. If she
No,
doubles
it
it to 50, or you
it's
saying she could
additive,
go to,
I'm
or
saying.
okay, in that instance, then she would get 75 feet of movement.
Yeah,
That's
rogues are weird.
tripling it? No, I don't think that
No,
it
it
triples
doesn't
it.
work that way. So there is literally no way I could get through all this fucking poison.
It's an action economy thing. You can't get outside the cloud, but you could run up north and try and join your friends.
At
But
the
there are-
risk of attack of ops and all that stuff. It's strategically speaking not the best move for me.
Oh man. Oh, you guys gotta remind me of some of this stuff too, because I'm a little off and I apologize. But Talesin, from your survival check roll, as you walked in, you did recognize these as myconids, a kind of living mushroom.
Yeah, I thought about it a
Yep.
minute ago, but I didn't
Yeah,
want to
so-
interrupt.
Yeah, it's a little late now. Sorry.
That's okay.
So
But
with this,
Talesin,
do you,
Talesin, if you want to metagame a little bit, look up myconids sprouts.
All right.
You have some knowledge of this creature and the spores. You've seen them before. Like a nat 20, it was great. So Sparkle Gem uses her dash to get out back the other side where Godwald is.
Yes. Well, no, normal speed, 25 feet, is exactly what I moved. Not dash, my bad. So I was like right over here. Because it was either at 25 I could go next to him or on him, so I just went next to him. And then as I get out of the range, I'll turn around and cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, where are you casting Ray of Frost at?
The only one that's in range, which is this tiny little one. Underneath the mushrooms.
Okay, it's an attack
I-
spell.
Can I use a reaction to shout like "Don't attack them"?
Before I as I'm standing there and you just see like elements glowing around me, you're going to tell me not to cast it.
So like reacting to the not friend.
She already cast. She's already fine.
All right.
Your turn was before. I'm sorry.
Too late. We doing this. TPK. Bye, guys.
I have
Especially with a roll like that.
I have regrets.
3 plus what?
It's an 8 total. I have all the syntax up there.
All right. Your Ray of Frost misses. Does not connect. Talesin, did you think to yourself like, "Don't attack it"? You see a spell just go, like an icy ray of frost shoot over the heads of one of the mushrooms that you can see still.
Okay.
And you're like, oh geez, like I couldn't have said anything. It wouldn't matter. Which then movement and action. I'm assuming that was yours. That puts it at
Yeah.
Hubert, you are in a giant gas cloud.
Okay, I think priority number one is going to be get out of said giant gas cloud. See if my mouse will connect. That would be nice. I will be using, so I'll cover my hand up, use my dash action, but I am just going to straight up book it back this way. Make it dramatic, like he's not just walking or running away. He'll cover his mouth with his cloak, coughing and hacking, eyes watering like he's just been pepper sprayed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Back as far as he can.
Yeah, it's a decent. It's a decent way to put it. Face full of pepper spray. You're gonna be okay in 10 minutes, but it does not feel good right now.
Yeah. Why does it feel like my eyes have gravel?
Who licked my eyes with alcohol? All right. Yeah, you're able to
Just be a haze.
move out of the gas cloud. I assume you're moving with your torch, and I'll move that light with you.
I think that really kind of covers everything I can do in that turn since that's my dash man. Yeah, dash action.
All right. As Hubert dashes out of the area, you guys kind of the whole party on either ends of this cavern. You now see the cloud of noxious fumes kind of dissipates and settles, and it is no longer filling the air. It's just kind of this fast. Lasts about a minute. And Talesin, it's your turn.
Okay. How long does this last? Okay.
If you're doing push to talk, we can't hear you.
I was counting, so
Okay.
so this is the one that was damaged, but they all kind of talk through like a network, right? Like, because you said like if one feels pain, they all feel pain, kind of deal.
Do mushrooms have a hive mind?
Apparently.
You can here.
Is that how mushroom rings work?
I was reading up on them.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm just going off of what you said, which is if one feels pain, they all feel pain. I want to cast Charm Person on the one that we hurt.
Okay, you did well. Yeah, and there's no gas in the room anymore. So yeah, you go in.
Yeah. So they have to make a
Wisdom save.
on. Yeah, wisdom save.
Or is it charisma save?
I'm pretty sure it's charisma.
It's wisdom. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw.
I got rid of it.
I got you. Yeah. All right. He fails. He gets a 10.
Okay. So I want to charm him and then be like, "We are your friends. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to hurt you. Could you let us through? That the gas that you guys put out hurts us. Could you let us go through peacefully?"
All right. So kind of as you walk back into the space and you cast this spell, the damaged one whose mushroom cap has been knocked off of his head, kind of little stumpy thing, kind of like turns to you, and he's like, "Friends," like kind of gesturing. His face looks sad because he's been hurt, but he's like, "Friends, we don't want to hurt you."
I don't think that you meant to hurt us, but the green cloud that you let out, which I believe was unintentional, that hurts us a lot. So would you allow us to pass without dispersing that cloud?
You see as it kind of like turns towards you, and let's say it's your turn over. All right, on his turn he'll react.
Okay.
Keep our action economy moving here. So okay, yeah, you said it like, hey, can we? You charmed him, and you're like, hey, we don't mean to hurt you. We don't want you to hurt us. You know, like, can you let us pass? And he was like friends, and sort of as his reaction to you. But that then means it's Godwald's turn.
Uh, hmm. Like if so, I heard all of that, right?
I mean,
You
yeah, you're not too
heard-
far away.
Yeah, so there probably would have been some effect to the charm spell, so you may have been able to see him casting something, start speaking to it, and it's friends. We don't want to hurt you.
Uh,
We don't want to hurt you.
does healing work on mushrooms?
Healing probably works on living things.
Like,
How's your
like
spell
I'm
read? Can you target a creature you can see?
Does
Uh,
it say non-hostile?
it just says a creature of your choice that you can see.
Okay, it counts. You would understand that about your magic.
Let's see, and I'm how far away?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay, so I can. Hmm. I'd like to use my action to dash over to where to dash and move to where Pubert was. To here.
Up to the.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'd like to use my interaction to try and put the cap back on, and then use my bonus action to healing word the mushroom. Try and
Okay.
fix what happened.
All right. You can do this. You pick up his little mushroom head. You go up next to him. I'm kind of zoomed out. Are you close enough? Are you next to his little square?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in the square that Pubert was in.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah, you can reach him, in, cast your healing spell.
that's 10 healing.
You're able to, through the use of your healing magic ordained to you by the gods, you're able to reattach the cap onto his head, negating the damage that has done to him. He turns and he goes, "Thank you, friend." And I need you and Talesin to roll me a Constitution saving throw as the gas explodes out back into the room.
Y'all keep doing this to yourselves. I just want you to know this.
I was trying to avoid
long
a
has it been
fight
since-
with like
How long has it
6
been
of
since the
them.
first cloud?
I'm sorry?
How long has it been since the first cloud?
That was last round. This is second round.
That's
Okay.
13.
So 6 seconds. So you make the save. Godwald, give me your Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and I still have resistance running.
Okay, what does resistance do for you?
Just
Give
add
you
a d4 to
advantage?
the roll.
Okay, add the d4 to the roll. Trying to beat a 10. Bam. You guys have seen these round, almost, you notice that the stalks on them are almost like a balloon, like they're kind of just filled with gas and sort of floating up in there. And what happens is when you're coming close by, enough vibrations are causing it to go off. It's not coming from these molecular gas, but you're also both quick enough to cover your mouths as the gas explodes out into the room once again. And I believe that is your movement and action and bonus action. Is that right?
I have a little movement left from the dash, but since moving here causes stuff, I'll just stay here.
I mean, I'm not do any worse. But... Natural defense of those spores that are exploding has gone off. If you want to move through the cave, kind of grasp
Yeah.
might be your chance. or it might
'Cause you
just
made
be
the
a
check.
thing to do.
Okay. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares left, and that's it.
Okay. All right, that means it's Jerk turn. Jerk, as you're staring into this just
Okay, is this
beautiful fucking cavern, it's just like it is awe-inspiring how the inside of a cave can somehow seem to mimic the night sky. You hear a bunch of commotion behind you and friends and stuff.
Are these doors?
Those are doors.
I would like to slowly and carefully move to the doors.
Use 20 feet of your movement to go to the door. You are up against 2 doors.
Okay. Do they have a keyhole or any way I can kind of like take a look behind them without picking it?
Those doors are... The doors do have a lock, but what you notice about the doors leading in the area is that the doors themselves are cracked and the iron hinges are partially melted. They're not going to open
did
with...
he say melted?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
So this door sounds like it's welded shut.
Something happened outside, something happened to this door that caused the door itself to be cracked and the hinges to be melted.
Okay. So we've got melted hinges. I want to take a closer look at the skeletons. Are they charred or just old and dead?
Okay, well, you moved and you used your investigation of the door,
Mm-hmm.
so that's an action. And so you
Okay. Well,
just want to roll like a perception to take a look around the room, or...
yeah.
Okay. You notice there are skeletons, much like many of the skeletons you have seen
Are we using
in the cave already. Collections of orc bodies and the like. I'll go put some skeletons on that room for you. Yep. You still see a lot of the same that you've noticed already in this room.
Okay. Then I guess I will just stand ready and wait to see what happens when my friends come through.
All right. One of the sprouts, as these all have been kind of activated now, and the one being charmed and healed, it turns and it sees Godwald kind of walking away and is like, friends. He moves a little bit, having pulled himself up from the ground, and he's kind of got his arms out, and he's like, we won't hurt you. And then a yellow cloud of spores spews from the mushroom man. And Godwald, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I have a total of 15.
All right, succeed. Pubert, I need to know what Pubert is thinking right now.
Am I still hacking up alone?
Sure. You're
Uh,
still poisoned. You get a couple minutes on the poison, right?
you said 10 minutes. That's still only about like 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, you're still feeling bad.
Still feeling bad.
So what's Pubert thinking?
So, considering what I can and can't see, and the fact that I am trying to keep my lungs inside my chest, I'm going to be.
Just picturing this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am going to be watching Godwald's interaction with the Myconoids, thinking, what the hell is he thinking? But I don't want to interfere.
Okay.
So
That
I'm gonna
sounds
be
like
ready
brotherly
to-
trust to me.
Yeah.
Godwald, after this cloud of spores hits you, and you realize they've kind of gotten all on the exposed parts of your skin. In your mind, you hear Pubert thinking, "What the hell is he doing?" And you recognize the voice. You know it's your brother. You hear his thoughts inside your head. And by the way, Pubert, vice versa, you guys both are able to hear what each other is thinking.
So
And I'm just going to ask you every round.
So I saw him get caught in the yellow stuff, and I just got caught in the yellow stuff, and I can hear his thoughts.
That is correct.
I don't have a Rocky and Bullwinkle speech.
Cool. Well, like,
All
this
right.
is something I wanted, but it thought it would take a 4th level wizard ritual to do.
So he kind of moves. The others, let's see. Let's see how they take to this.
Like, friends?
They all seem to generally be pacified in terms of the little guys. And then they take their movement. I'm moving forward, and they're like,
What the?
friends. And they get their arms out and are just kind of walking towards you in this space now. The little one says, one of,
Talesin?
you not only hear the words, but you hear them, you kind of feel them in your mind. You feel these creatures.
Oh dear.
Just want to be your friend, man.
No, they're going to slowly become one of them. My guess.
All right.
Well, also,
Is that what happens in The Last of Us?
My thought to Pubert, you're already poisoned, so you can't get like double poisoned. So you might as well just like go through it.
In Pokemon terms, there's also like paralyzed and crazy shit that happens in these clouds. I don't really know how it works.
So I have to ask real quick. I'll make it quick. CJ, did you read Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons as a kid?
Reading Revenge of the... Wait, what?
Did you read Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons as a kid? It was one of those old choose-your-own-adventure books.
Yeah, probably. I was addicted. I had all those choose-your-own-adventure books.
Same here. I have the first one here that I ever owned from when I was like 6. And that's why I was asking if you read it, is because that's exactly what happens. Grew up with the mushroom people, you become one of them.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't. It's been so long since I was reading your Choose Your Own Adventures, but yeah, like my worry is that yellow spore, and now that you're able to communicate with them, is totally that you're slowly going to transform into one of them.
Oh.
As the
GG, guys.
second largest myconid, it's easily twice the size of these other sprouts. The others have been like maybe 3 feet tall with the mushroom cap. This one's, is a medium-sized creature, 5 foot tall. Its cap is gigantic. Oh, and actually, since you guys can see all of them now, I will go ahead and just throw up your picture for all of them. You can get a little closer look at the myconids who have.
Like, it's dim light, but it's 10 feet in front of me now, so.
Right. So you guys see this little one? Like when he stands up in his hind legs, this little guy here, he's about 3 feet with the top of the cap. That's the kind of cap that you sort of reset back on him. This much larger one.
It's a thalid.
Is the one that came over.
They're thalids.
Over to you. And in the corner, you guys would have seen, let's see, Godwall, Talesin, maybe Jerk as he went by. A couple of you may have seen the very largest one. They all kind of blend almost perfectly into the landscape. Yeah, but the large myconid adult comes over and to Talesin, and you guys is like, we are friends. We'll let you pass. And a extremely large cloud of the spores flies out from him in a 20-foot diameter.
And here's a relevant magic card.
Whoop. And 20 feet around him. spews out a thing. Talesin, make me a Constitution saving throw. Godwald, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
All right.
And that's
Talesin.
from the medium.
Yeah, Godwald, as the second one came up and just excuse, what are you thinking? What is Godwald thinking?
That one is bigger.
Talesin, you
Yeah.
hear his voice without hearing his words. You hear that one is bigger come from Godwald.
All right.
And it's in my voice, you say?
And you also now kind of all three of you sort of hear. Well, that was what you were thinking. So Talesin heard it in your voice.
Yeah.
As now the three of you can sort of hear each other's. You hear these low rumblings of the group of them all around, like friends, friends, friends. We'll be friends. You can pass. And Mike, an adult, has his arms out to. Wait, oh, he can move farther. Arms out to hug Talesin. And he's gesturing to give you a hug, Talesin.
Okay.
And he's not being he's not being creepy about it. He's not trying to force the hug on you. He's just got his arms open as he exploded out.
Can oh no, it's not my turn. Never mind.
Yeah. A couple of them were moves. The largest comes forward out of his space. Let's see how far. Maneuvers himself into here. It's moving the way you think an ancient tree would move. It's clearly not like been created or evolved or however this creature came into be in order to have fast movements. Other molds and moss and things are kind of on its body as it's lumbering forward.
So rather than being like an ant thing, I'm picturing like the medium fungus that has grown to the size of an ogre.
Yeah, and he kind of, let's see, you should be able to, let's see. Just kind of brings, I want to really put it like right in between these things. It gets itself kind of up in between these two stalagmites that are in the ground, Godwald, and it looks at you, and it says like, you may pass, but we cannot stop ourselves from doing what we do.
Hmm.
And in that moment, a orange cloud of spores
And it's big.
comes
Yeah.
flying out of the largest, the Myconid sovereign, as Talesin would understand. Godwald, make me a Constitution saving throw.
One of them.
Does 11 still get me through?
Not in this one. So you have the poisoned. All right, so you're poisoned for 1 minute, for one round, until the start of your next round.
Until the start of mine,
start of its next round. We call. So at the start of its next round, you can get basically you feel really lightheaded and really good, and you kind of like look down and big smile kind of crosses her face. You're like, oh man, and you kind of just slump down onto your butt, and your pupils dilate. Talesin, this looks kind of almost familiar to you.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, as he kind of like loses his balance and falls prone. I'm gonna say you just fell on your butt.
Okay. So I get poison condition until the start of the large one's next turn.
Yeah, for 1 minute. So yeah, until the large one's next turn.
Wait, 1 minute?
Yeah, for 1 minute.
Okay.
That's
10 rounds.
Oh shit, that's right. It's 6 seconds and on it. Yeah, so for 10 rounds, you're poisoned. And you're currently prone. You can make a saving throw at the end of each of your turn. So each of you, at the end of each of your turns, you can make a saving throw to end the effect. But everybody else who has these spores in them, you guys hear all these other things as well. You hear them like, "You can pass, but we can't. We can't stop being ourselves." A different colored
So
poison
I was
gas spews
I'm
from
really
them.
I'm really close to the big one, but how big what would Talesin have seen the cloud from the big one actually was?
Hey,
Assuming it's right in front of me.
question. Don't
It's
you
hard
have
to
resistance on
see.
right now?
Resistance only goes on. It only works on the first save. It helped me on the first
Oh,
save.
okay.
But I've rolled like
Okay.
4 more saves since then,
All right.
Yeah, you kind of like ended up in the
without
middle
having a
of bunch
turn
of
to
this.
spare to recharge.
Right. Well, that's all the Sprouts, adults, and Sovereign Myconid's turns. That brings us to Sparkle Gem. Then it'll be Pre-Bear.
So I think at this point, I am one of very few who can't hear all this bullshit.
I mean, the sounds you can hear, but no, you don't have things speaking to you in your head.
Time to go with Plan B. 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm not trying to move this little freaking thing. Moving my little mage hand around like that's going to do something. 25, 35. So right there where that skeleton is. I'm just going to use the dash action and get the fuck away from all that noise and try to find another way around. And I'm just going to yell at Pew Bear and kind of be like, there has to be another way, as I just dart into the darkness.
Would you like to hide?
Okie dokie.
Well, I know this area is safe, so I'll probably like hide and do all that stuff next turn, sneak, all that stuff. But for now, I'm not too worried. But yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. That means it's Pew Bear's turn.
I'm going to P-Bear's probably gonna think to himself, this is nice. Let's just go. I'm gonna take my cape and kind of put it over my nose and mouth and make a dash action to cross through the room.
Does any of my mellow spread to him?
Any of your mellow spread to him? You mean
Yeah.
any of your good feeling? No. His little spores are different. They don't work the way that this large cloud of spores works.
So I guess I'll move right about. Give me that. Right about her. Excuse me. Pardon me. Very politely. No, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Okay. None of these spores see you as aggressive any longer, so none of them take any swipes to attack you as you pass by. No attacks of opportunity. You're able to pass through the room. As far as you are currently. But you did enter the poison gas cloud, so give me your Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Green cloud, got to be to 10. Bam!
All right.
Nice.
12.
Yeah. Covering up your mouth, you've been all right, once was enough. And you go and charge on through to where you're at. Brings us to the top of the order. Talesin. You're in a noxious fume of poison gas. Standing in one right now.
Oh yeah. What's Pew Bear thinking?
I've had enough of this.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah,
is nice and all, but we got something to do.
Every time it's Pew Bear, Talesin's, or Godwald's turn, I'm just curious what you guys are thinking. Everyone, like what those characters are, because everyone else can hear it. You're like, I
Whoa.
hate jerk. Ugh.
There's fucking God.
Oop.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Am I saying
Yeah,
a
I hit
skeletal
Control Z.
body?
It's okay. God, this is why I do map editing when it's not on here. I really want them to look nice too, but they're all just facing the same direction by the time. Give 0 fucks now. Talesin, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm checking. So I've been trying to find something for a minute. Okay. Well, so in my head, I'm thinking, okay. I feel like Godwald's feeling about how I did last night, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it out of this room unassisted. What I would like to do, let's see here. I was trying to see if there was anything that I could wild shape into that was immune to, but whatever.
Immune to poison?
Yeah.
From a mechanics perspective, probably not. But you could like say, well, this thing is poisonous, so. And then the person would be like, well, poisons work in different ways. Biology is really weird, especially right now.
Also magic. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's what that meant the whole time.
Talisin's turn. He's gonna do something, I swear.
Yeah. No, I am. Okay, so I will. I'm gonna transform into a warhorse. So I'm going to transform into a warhorse, then move 5, 10, 15, 20. Grab him by like the nape of his shoulder, like whatever, like his. I'm going to basically try to drag him. And then, so I have
I would
20,
not resist.
25,
Like-
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then I can pull him out up to here. Because I have 60 feet of movement as a horse.
Okay, so you spend your like spell slot to turn into this horse here, and I'm
Yep.
pretty sure you should still have control of that there horse.
Where is it?
Right next to you. Oh wait, is it on the right layer? Shit,
No, I don't see it.
yeah, it's on the wrong layer. Boop. Whisk you away to the other layer. Phew, you're gone. Horse now. Okay, so you were standing inside. You moved in. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, your action. We'll say your interaction to grab him and pull him. Dragging him, costing you. Did that get you just right to the edge of that cloud? Is that right? I would have. That's 60 feet of movement. Transformation is 60 feet and in.
My figure is now where I am if I was moved 40 feet from where I was.
Okay. You're able to transform into a warhorse and turn and drag Godwald out of the cloud of noxious gas. And then, if that's your turn, then it's Godwald's turn. Godwald, you are currently hallucinating
Whoa.
from the Sovereign's hallucination spores.
Whoa, that's.
This effect is going to last for a minute, and basically for this minute, you are incapacitated. But you can make a
Incapacitated mechanically?
yes, mechanically incapacitated. But you can make a saving throw at the end of your turn, which can't do anything. So you can make a saving throw. You want to beat a 12. sovereign's DC is higher than all the Almas. All right, you are still hallucinating.
Feck. Pass.
All right, it's Jerk's turn. Jerk,
What does Jerk want to do?
giant horse just walked into the room with you, dragging, passed out, kind of. Well, I mean, it looks kind of like Talesin did last night.
I mean,
Godwald.
you still haven't really tried the door.
It's fused shut, isn't it? Should I try to open it?
Yeah. Godwell doesn't know. It's just a big door.
Mhm.
It's a magical portal.
All right. Well,
I mean, that happened last time, and what?
Wait, that was Godwald's turn? Okay, yeah, Godwald.
Yeah, I go after Talesin right now.
Oh no, I know.
So-
Yeah, Talesin went. He pulled you in. That last turn was returned. And it's Jerk's turn currently. Not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that the gas cloud is once again dissipated after triggered.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go try to help Talesin, or not Talesin, Godwald up.
Hey,
And,
man.
like, just see what the hell's happening. Um,
So you trying to snap me out of this, or drag me to my feet, or what?
We'll just help you up and see how you're doing. But you seem stoned as hell. So can
He
can
can't.
he?
If you try to like lift him up, you notice that he just really can't kind of put his feet up to
Like, you
hold
want to?
himself up.
I mean,
Kind of.
hey, there's a horse. You want to throw me on this horse? Or
Yeah,
something?
that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I
What-
have the strength.
Like, what
to-
shall we do with a drunken sailor?
All right, so I'm gonna try to put him on the
Is
horse.
your strength? Is your strength under 10?
Yes.
Then roll me a strength check to get a 10 or higher to throw him up on the horse.
Whew.
Can I
Oh,
like
man.
take the help action to like kneel down or like lower myself so it's easier?
On your turn, but Jerk's able to
So that's
lift
a
Godwald up and
13. I
put him
barely
onto your
made
back.
it. Okay. And then I don't. I go.
You made it with points to spare. What are you talking about? 13. Beat the 10 by 3.
So that, how much movement was that? That was 15. Let's take
That's a
another
match.
15 and go here. And kind of scope out this.
Oh, yeah, look around the corner. More skeletons. You're really getting the idea that the majority of this place has been a battleground. So much so that
So,
so much death that there are.
I feel like we should start smashing these things before
so
they
last
get
round
up.
you said like the ones we've seen before. Does that mean both dwarven and orcs?
Dwarven and orc,
Okay.
couple gnomes.
Well,
Mhm.
that's it for me. I've used everything I can.
All right.
I am gonna 9 o'clock break. I've got to go downstairs and let the dogs out.
Okay.
Or you can just tell me what happened while I was gone.
Are we out of combat? Or will we be in combat
Well,
as long as spores can still happen?
Hubert's still in the room, even though we split Sparkle Gem off way the other way. Hubert is still in the room with them. So
Yep.
the spores continue to.
So I think I'm going to try to get home.
Oh, you're
So,
at work right now?
Yeah, I'm at work.
Jeez. All right.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm going to consider it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely disconnect and head that way, I think. So
You
I'm
want
going
us-
Real quick, do you have any ideas for what you want to do in your next turn? So I can just run your next turn.
You
yeah,
just have you dash into the room, covering your mouth.
yeah. I was basically going to follow the group into the room with the skeletons, and honestly, just assist any way I can.
Well, he could
Okay.
fix me.
Or
Alright.
yeah, I'll do that too. I'll use lay on hands on God.
Okay.
Or actually, do I have? Where's my spells? Oh, I don't really have anything that.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically,
So,
well, here what we can do really fast is basically the next turn is the Myconids. They kind of walk toward. They just kind of continue walking towards you guys, arms out, looking to make friends, saying, "Oh, friends, friends." The little ones are much less intelligent than the big ones by a significant portion. And the large one kind of comes over and waves off in the direction as the others do. But one of them does go up to wants to hug you, the Mycan adult, your bear. It's,
can I do
it's
like
really,
that awkward, like real quick, like side hug? Like, hey, buddy.
yeah, he extends his arms for a hug, and he's like,
Hey,
friends.
friends, we'll be back. We gotta go.
And then
Oh God, do we have to go?
make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. 3.
You're fucked up.
Nice. Yeah. So it ejects spores in your direction within 5 feet of you.
I think it's a medium.
You are stunned for 1 minute.
Stun.
This hug, just like you kind of like just sort of like shakes, and you feel that like shiver of nerves down your spine. You're like, oh god, and you don't really feel like you can move.
5 spores
Yeah.
is just too much.
And then you have the stunned effect for 1 minute. You can
Oh, okay.
repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. So basically, when your next turn comes up, we'll roll that for you if you want to get
Okay.
going.
It's only about like 20 minutes, maybe 25. So
Hmm.
I can't imagine it's gonna be too long. Well, depending on traffic, which should be good now. It's 9. Yeah,
Yeah, traffic should be decent right now.
I hope so. All right, I will see you guys in a little bit.
All right, man.
Okay.
All right, you guys want to do Sparkle Gem's turn, and then we'll roll Pew Bear's Constitution saving throw. Maybe like get us down to his turn, and then take our break. Is that cool?
Sure.
Sure.
No complaints
All
here.
right. All right, Sparkle Gem, it's your turn. You have run the opposite direction of all of your friends into, I think, the most dangerous place you've ever been in your entire life.
Yeah. I'd rather not be tripping nuts and getting molested by mushrooms, though.
I am on a horse.
All
You're
right,
not
and
on a horse. You're getting drug around by a horse's face.
how
Sure,
many feet?
put me on the horse.
How many feet of movement was that?
Got me out of the
25.
way.
25.
Yeah, because I kind of wanted to scope the area before I determine if I want to like dart forward even further or not, or
Give me
like
a-
start hiding.
Real quick, I have the other tool up. Give me a 60-foot line to the right or the left, because it is darkness, so you can see 60 feet. All right, thank you. So as you come up to this north way in the hall, you see that the hall splits off in several directions. To
Oh,
your
no.
north, you see a door.
It's a complex.
To the east, you see a hallway that ends. It seems like the mining kind of stopped there, but there is a carved out path to the north. From that, to your northeast, there's a path. To your north, there's a door. To your northwest, you see a little bit farther down the hall. It's kind of hard to make out what's at the end of that hallway, but to the northeast, you do see another passage. No door on either of those northeast or northwest doors, but to the very north, there's a door. And that was your
Yeah.
movement, right?
That was my regular movement. If possible, I would like to use my action itself to move another 25 feet to get to this little corner and then hide behind it with my bonus action and like peek around.
Okay, so you use your action to double your movement, move a little farther, use a bonus action to use the hide
Yep.
action as you peek around the corner. Go ahead and roll me stealth.
22. And yep, 60-foot line,
Yep.
doing that thing. There you go.
And the camera shifts to third person.
Right.
As
Yeah,
you-
you'd really like it to. But as you look down to the north, it's just too dark. There's no lights cast here. Like there's no lights, sconces, or torches or anywhere in here. You don't have one up. You can't quite see, but there is a path that goes to the north and then descends into darkness. You can see a bit or through another passageway, more so to the east.
Okay.
It seems like there might be a. Yeah, you really wouldn't be able to see that far in. Yeah, but you'd see another passage.
I mean, that would be the end of my turn because I've used everything. So
Yep. All right, so that means it is Bear's turn. He is going to attempt to make his saving throw against the myconid adult's pacifying spores.
Because stunned includes incapacitated.
Yeah, he gets a 3. That does not
Break
make
it.
the DC 12 Constitution. Oh, a 5 maybe. This is bonus. So,
He's been
I'll
adding
be
a
right back.
+2 con mod. I'm not sure if he's
plus
proficient.
2. So yeah, so he does
I
not
think
make it.
paladins are proficient, but that's still not enough.
He remains stunned in the room. That brings us back to the top of the order with Talison's turn. Talison, you're a warhorse. You got a man on your back. One of your friends
He's not. I'm surprised.
stunned back behind you, and you've completely lost sight of Sparkle Gem.
Yep. Can I slowly? I basically want to go in, grab him by the cape, and pull him out too. But trying not to.
Grab him by some horse chomp onto a piece of bear and drag him in.
Like, how fast can
Cape,
Warhorse
cloak, something
move
that can do
without
it.
me falling off?
You're not riding it. You are like laid across it. Trick put you up there. If Talison's careful, I don't see a reason why you should fall off. He doesn't place you up there very well.
So normal
So-
speed.
So Taliesin, yeah, you can move his normal speed, but maybe Taliesin, if you have your speed, then you slowly do the thing. There's no chance if you're like running, you just try to use like your dash or something. In that case, let's say maybe a dex save to make sure he stays on your back or something.
I was like, is it animal handling if the animal's doing the handling?
No. But it might be for handling you?
Is human an animal?
Nah, not in this world. But anyway.
Is it in the monster manual?
What if I use my interaction to kneel down and gently slide him off of my back so that I can go in there and get him and get P-Bear?
Because you need your dash to do it?
Well, I don't need my dash to do it, but I don't want to half my speed or else I'm not going to be able to get back out here.
Oh, no, I was saying if you just went at your pace to do
Oh,
it,
like just like a
you'd
normal walk.
You'd probably be fine to do it.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Godwall's passed out. I mean, yeah. Yeah, just, speed up, you go pull him in, you drag Bear up,
So grab
Back up.
him, and
pull him
then
back up, I'll move
pull
him.
him back up here.
He's on your back, and as you you're hearing inside your mind, oh, goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. And everybody, you look up, you see a couple little tiny mushroomy hands, like in a little slow wave.
I'm assuming they can hear what we're thinking,
Oh, yeah.
so
Hmm.
I would say goodbye to them as well. Actually, can I ask the large one about like has anybody else been through these caves recently? Have you seen anybody else?
Through telepathy.
So you're like, have you seen anyone else?
Yeah, has anybody else passed through this way somewhat recently?
I like that phrasing a lot more.
You're our newest friend. No friends recently. What's a simple word for recently? No friends lately. As he kind of replies back to you.
Okay.
Godwald, that's your action, your movement, your interaction. Do you have a reaction left?
No, I'm not going to do anything else. I just wanted to get them out of there.
All right. You have successfully horse pulled them your way out. Godwald, you are hallucinating. You are incapacitated, but you can make your attempted saving throw, beating a DC 12. It makes it. All right, so you are. Yeah, you're
Still
Yeah,
on
you're
a
no longer-
horse, no
yeah,
longer
you're.
incapacitated, but still poisoned?
You kind of wake up. Well, yeah, you kind of wake up from the hallucination. The hallucination is the poison in this one, and you're able to, it wasn't a huge dose of the thing, but it did run through your system really fast and incapacitate you. But you're kind of coming to, slung over a horse next to Jerk with Pubert on the ground, looking somewhat surprised on his face.
Whoa.
A little dumb look on his face.
It's like, hey,
A stunned look on his face.
I was like, whoa, that's a big door. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you make your save. That was the end of your turn. That means next turn is Jerk. Jerk. A bunch of stuff to be going on. You've heard about half of it. Some commotion, people falling, people look like they're drugged out, somebody's looking poisoned. You are here in this room. You have lost sight of Sparkle Gem.
Oh shit. So I ask,
Yeah, I'm coherent. Pubert is not, and Talesin's a horse.
I ask you about Sparkle Gem. Like, where'd she go now?
When we were fighting those butterflies, Gabe saw another path to the north. Maybe she went that way. I just know she went back out to not get involved in this stuff.
All right, well, we're gonna have to find her. So these doors are gonna have to wait. And then I move. Actually, I'm gonna use my cunning dash. To get
What's
here.
Cunning Dash get you?
Gets me right here.
65 feet?
60 feet.
45. 60. Yeah, you can get to the top of the stairs.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the top of the stairs carefully. And
Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying to hide?
yeah, we'll try to be stealthy.
Let's say if you want to be stealthy, try and hide, maybe you could take the hide action at the top of the stairs and try and like peek up and around, look over.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Let's reveal some more map area. Let's see. So if you were like one square back, like on the stairs. Sneaking. Then you're able to get up and see farther into this room. All right, and just to make sure, when they're in this cavern, there are two freestanding structures. A main difference between this cave and this actually is another one of the natural caverns that has this 35-foot tall ceiling, but the size of these buildings are actually humanoid sized. They're not dwarven gnome sized like most of the tunnels that kind of cap out at 6 feet. The caves create larger spaces for the most part, but these buildings look like they're for, or can accommodate larger creatures than that.
So it's
again,
still made out of the cavern itself, or built of
Yeah.
stuff?
No, this is built of stuff. These are
That's
essentially-
freestanding. Okay.
freestanding structures. And unlike the rest of the cavern, this cavern is, you can tell where like all the minerals have been mined out, but again, there's that just like deceptively beautiful ceiling of the starry night sky. It's almost like you guys are outdoors and seeing more stars than you've ever seen, as if you grew up in the city. Oh,
Neato.
yeah. Is anyone in this room proficient in Arcana?
I don't think I am.
I don't think any of you are.
I think I'm the only Arcana character.
Yeah, and you're far away. So, all right, that's what you see. You get to the top of the stairs. You can see up there the bodies. The bodies of skeletons continue to be littered.
Oh yeah, I do have it.
Up the stairs as they're moving
I
forward.
am sorry, but I haven't looked up yet. So
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, you guys kind of heard my description. I can read it again if you like. I know you like box text songs.
I heard that part. It was very nice.
All right, so I will stand ready.
Oh yeah, did you say you wanted to roll for stealth at that part of the stairs
Oh yeah, give me that roll.
for your main action?
Yeah. Oh shit! Don't disregard this. I didn't add the modifier.
We could just add it.
I
Plus. You get to the top of the stairs. You're like, guys, I just see more skeletons.
Well, it'd still be a 10, but
Still be a 10. Okay, you can. Fine. You're
as sneaky as an average person trying to sneak.
yeah.
Guys, there's a bunch of skeletons. But yeah, that's kind of like what you see in the room.
Okay.
With everyone out of the Myconid area, we are out of combat.
And nobody
but
has any intentions of going back in there, I hope.
I mean,
Alright,
I
we'll
may
see.
have to go back in there to get to you guys because this puts us in quite the predicament.
Yeah, but we're just gonna keep going down the list. We'll just keep doing a few turns until we, you guys talk or think about. Because I mean, there's danger between the party, so
Should we take that break though?
Oh,
yeah.
I already took my break.
Yeah, I already
yeah,
took
no, let's
mine
do it.
too.
well, I
I
need
know.
to get up. I need to get up and move my butt because of my spine. I did not put on my harness, so I mean back
Nope, do
brace,
it up.
whatever you want to call it. It feels like a harness. I'm gonna go put that on
It's a
now.
girdle.
Yeah, my girdle, my harness, my old man thing. I'm gonna go grab that, put that on, and I'll be back.
Okay,
Sure.
sounds good.
Do we go stream off or?
I can turn the sound off. Hold on.
Okay.
Doop
No.
de doo.
Put up the
right back into things. Jerk went up to the top of the stairs. You could see a little bit more of the side of the building from where it is. Get into the scattering of skeletons and battle embarking this entire place. In fact, so much so that we've seen, something caused the iron hinges on this door to melt in a collection of all these bodies and everything's around. So the next turn would be Sparkle Gem, our rogue from far away.
Okay, so I assume in the dash action would take me out of hiding completely.
It will definitely reduce your effectiveness if, like, let's say, you dashed past this, right?
I didn't see.
And they were like, let's say you're talking about here, right? And there's like a goblin guard standing here and standing here. Maybe they're talking to each other, and you can quietly sneak across. But if you dash, yeah, you're probably gonna be like thump, 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 and so it's gonna be loud. So it's like situational.
If I were to move 25 feet forward, would I get more of the map revealed?
I mean, yeah, you could tell from that little bit that there's that corner there, and it kind of goes out into another passageway that direction. So yeah, you could go 20.
Yeah, can I go 20, see what's around that corner, and then determine what I want to do?
You could like move to this square and then hide behind that corner.
Yeah, like stay right, just kind of like sneak my way across here quick, peek around down this way.
You kind of, I'll even give you a little, let's put it this way. As you kind of turn that room, let me read it. Different areas now. Basically, this eastern wall leads you to a chamber. The chamber seems to have collapsed mostly into rubble, but to the north of this chamber, there is a door. The door is slightly ajar, and it seems to be leading into another room.
Curiosity kills the sparkle gem. That's how that would go.
I still can't res people until 5th level.
Well, give me one quick second to check something.
It is a door that is ajar. It would not cost you an action to like unlock it or open it. It's a Easy interaction to.
Huh.
Right. But I want to see something else quick. Because I want to see how long this one thing lasts. The gallows jig potion. Do we know how?
An hour?
Oh, yeah. I found where it says inside of it. 1 hour.
You
So
sound
it'd be
really worried.
100 rounds. Well, part of me was thinking I could just pop that real quick and book it through here as fast as I can. To try and find where the party's at and get back to the party.
Which direction are you thinking of?
Just straight north? Yeah. And I technically have 5 more feet of movement, so I'll move 1 step forward. And then... Do I want to pop that and just keep spending my turns dashing from here on out?
How worried are you? You want to let the dice decide?
Yeah, I'll roll a d4. Evens, I'll pop it. Odds, I won't. Well, I'm going to pop my gallows jig and then dash 25 feet forward.
Alright, use your action to drink the gallows jig potion.
Yep.
So mark that down to 0.
Yep.
How far do you get forward?
25.
Alright.
Oh, I should have kept it so that way I know. Well, the effects are like if I fall down to 0 within the next hour, I'm restored with 1 HP instead. Oh yeah, you need that. Sorry. Thank God I can see in the dark.
Yeah, it is black. And in my opinion, dark vision is magic. And I don't fucking care that if it's a racial trait, it's fucking magic still. Because if there's no light, like, you shouldn't be able to see. Also, when darkness is in effect, if you and another person are in darkness and neither of you have a light source or dark vision, and you went to attack each other, because like it's like they have disadvantage to see your attack, and you would like you would have advantage on that. You have disadvantage because you can't see, so you're just attacking each other normally. It doesn't make any sense.
I thought they would just still both have disadvantage on their attacks, but it's not like they can try to dodge.
Right, but it's about like when
Disadvantage comes from you not knowing exactly where they are.
It's a rules thing, so it just makes more sense to be like dark vision is magic. So anyways, you can magically see down into another cavern that this short tunnel opens up into. You can make out a little bit of a brazier and a little bit of a
brazier,
wall.
a light?
Yeah.
Oh, a little fire pit.
Yeah, a little fire pit.
I assume it's not burning, because otherwise...
It is not burning, but from there, you would be able to see out of the darkness just the dimmest green light. So you see like the edge of a green light that's cast a little farther up in there, just barely, like
on
right
the
at,
left-hand side or the right side?
right at the edge of what you can see. There's a dim green light. So that's your movement and your action to take your potion?
Yep.
Alright. Alright, we got the Poison Boys Club. Let's see. Bear. So
Yeah.
This
is his third round being stunned. I think.
Yeah, he's so
Second or third.
stunned. Yeah, stunned.
I can't fix stun, so
Yes, third round, 7. 2 is his constitution, so 9 9 doesn't pass. So he's continued to stunned on the ground.
And you said it's a DC 12 from a medium one?
Yeah,
Yeah, his was a medium size.
I think so. Close this book. I shouldn't have. My card's up. This is a DC 11. So he made a 7 plus 2, 9. Doesn't make it still. The Pubera is stunned. Talesin, top of the order. It is your turn.
You are still. I'm still on you, and you're still a horse.
The 5th round of combat has begun.
What? Oh,
I mean,
we're
like,
I know what you mean.
But I'm tracking turns because poison effects and people in other rooms and.
I'm gonna back up to this door and kick it.
Okay.
Try and kick it open.
All right. Make me a strength check. Horse strength, warhorse strength. So make sure you're using the warhorse's modifier for that.
Ah, fuck. All right.
Talesin turns, rears, hooves up, breaks down the door. It doesn't break down the door, but hits it. Roll me a d4. D6. A d6. Okay. He hits it and cracks. The melted hinges seem to be staying in place, but the door is old and rotted, and it does seem to take the hit not particularly well.
Is it cracked enough? Did I crack the wood enough to be able to see in there at all?
No, but the door took some damage on that turn and hit and attack. So
Okay.
You hit it. You think if you keep kicking it, you'll get through it. You may just get through it the next time you kick it.
Okay.
But that's an action.
Yep. Let's see here. I don't think that I can hit it again as a bonus action.
I don't think so. I don't think you have any kind of double attack as a warhorse.
No.
All right. Then
All right.
if
Yeah,
you
that's it.
if you pass, it goes to Godwald. Godwald,
I'd like to get off the horse and look up at the ceiling for the first time.
half your movement to dismount, and yeah, you look up at the ceiling. I'll read you that text again.
I wouldn't mind hearing that text too.
Oh, hey, Pubera,
Yeah.
your
Welcome
saves are getting
back.
better, but not good enough yet. Sorry.
You're still stunned. You're still stunned.
Sure, done. Okay.
So it really didn't matter. You're still stunned. But yeah, the Starry Cavern there's a as you look up, there's like a 30-foot canopy that's carved out. This area has been well mined, but the minerals that are left over in the ceiling are glittering. They seem to catch the smallest amount of light that is up and across the room. Outside of that, it is pitch black in this room. You can't see anything but this. And it's like the dim light coming from the cave just sparkles across the ceiling. It seems to look like thousands of stars, as if you were looking at a galaxies in the night sky.
You mentioned something about training in Arcana. Was that
Yeah,
part of this?
anybody who's proficient in Arcana in this room, and I don't think any of you are proficient.
Nope.
I am. This is just my first time looking up.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Wait, on your character sheet, you have the skill Arcana, and you're proficient in it.
Yeah,
What?
not religion
Yeah,
though.
yes.
It's weird.
Yeah, because the way you picked, it's so weird. None of you have any idea what these gods are doing. You've got a cleric and a paladin.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
But
I
yes,
feel like
yes, I do.
I feel like sending you both to Sunday school, like, for, like, all right, boys, we're gonna learn about Bahamut.
Look, if I had an extra
Mighty-
2
mighty
years to go
deity
learn,
of
I would have
law
used them,
and
but I didn't
war.
have extra 2 years.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's kind of like what the cave looks like, and that is all the both of you, the two humans, can see in this room. So Godwald, you're in the dark. You have stopped hallucinating, which feels nice. And you now have a kind of an idea of what Talesin did for 6 hours last night.
And do I know it? So let's see. So Jerk went that way quietly. Like, can I
Oh.
see Jerk from here?
Yeah, also, there's a torch dropped in this room back there. Because PPR was holding his torch, and when he got stunned, he had to drop that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So his torch is in the Myconid's room. Man, where did that land? Oh my
Okay,
god.
so
Rewind to
he
stream,
was
find out.
here. He was spored by the medium. I think he was in this square.
Yeah,
He
so
was in
like
one
just
of
kind
these
of
squares. I think it was this one.
yeah, that's what I'm centered
I think
on.
that's reasonable.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like outside all the molds and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Godwald, what are you doing in
That's-
this room? What's going on?
So let's see. The anti-condition spells I have cannot work on stunned level things. So not much I can do for Pubert. Am I still hearing thoughts?
Yes. Yeah. You can hear they're like, oh, friends, or
So I definitely know
oh,
Talesin
come
was
back,
trying to
friends.
do something to the door.
Oh yeah, you hear loud thuds next to you.
Yeah. I'll give the
Oh,
warhorse.
Talison's probably having a hard time seeing too, because warhorses don't have dark vision.
I'd like to use my action to give the warhorse guidance.
Okay, so you're in this pitch black space, and you're like, I smell horse. That must be Talesin.
No, like
Maybe you
I could
reach
feel
around for him.
Talison's thoughts when he was trying to break down the door, and I want to
Oh,
help.
that's true. Yeah, you guys all hear each other's thoughts. And he's like, oh, stupid
Yeah,
door's
'cause I was-
not going to break. Maybe I'll break it open next time. But so you know he's nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably feel around in the dark. Your movements halved since you guys are just in the pitch blackness, though.
Yeah, what I just got off of was Taliesin.
Yep. Yeah. So you kind of just got off of the horse and you gave him guidance.
Yeah.
Lasts till his turn, or a round till your next turn.
10 rounds or until his next check.
10 rounds until his next check. Nice. So you can add a d4.
Yeah.
To that when he goes. All right. Is that the rest of your turn?
I'll take a step back just to be safe. But yeah, I don't want to go after Jerk right now. I'll pass.
Yeah, but what you can see is the light into the room that you did just come from, and the
So I
torch
see-
on the ground
I see
there.
Pubert, and he's like that with his back to me, having been dragged by a horse. And apart from that,
And you're in the dark touching a horse,
seems pretty.
and then it's Jerk's turn. Jerk, you came up to the top of the stairs and you looked around a corner.
Okay.
I can work later.
Let's see.
And so, because of thoughts, even as a horse, Talesin can understand what I did.
I'm gonna continue moving forward to see if I can rendezvous with Sparkle. But we're going to do it slowly and carefully. Actually, let me see if I have a torch. I have a lantern.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm
You
gonna.
can use an action to light that.
Okay, for my action, I'm gonna light the lantern and leave it on the steps.
All right. Does it say
It
what
says
light it casts on
bright.
there?
It says bright 30 and dim additional 30.
30? So 60.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Oh, a little brighter than the torch.
it has a hood attached to it, so you can make it so that it's just light 0, dim 5.
Are you using the hood, Jerk?
Like
It
you
is-
can carry it with you and make the light stealthy.
It is a hooded lantern, so yeah.
So you are going to? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm
So I'll
just
give you,
like I
we're
said.
going to do a cone then in 60 feet.
Well, I don't really. Yeah, we'll do that.
Damn it.
And then, like I said, I'm just gonna leave it on the steps for the peeps, and I'm gonna move forward.
All right, and where are you? Oh, there you go.
So I'm gonna go to there.
Okay. Move up there and give me your 60-foot dark vision line up so I can reveal the map.
60-foot dark vision.
All right, you come up across this room. There are
Okay.
2 doors to the next to you. You see 2 doors to the east. One is slightly ajar. And yeah, see a little bit farther to the north, and you can tell that that cavern that you're in, sparkly stones in the ceiling, are continues on.
And I'm going to use my hide action.
Jerk just like drops to the floor to lay as flat as fucking possible next to these other bodies, and he's like,
Pretend to be a
anything-
skeleton.
Yeah, he's pretending to be a body on the ground amongst all the others.
That's a stealth roll, right?
Oh, no. There's a skeleton behind you. It's too late. The skeleton's inside you.
So I'm not as quiet as I usually am.
That's it. Just kind of quite.
Sound of a femur breaking underneath your girth.
As you're like laying on the ground, you're kind of like, man, maybe
Oh wait, this is the same roll as
greatest
last round.
hiding
Yeah,
hiding
exact
that I've
same
ever
roll.
done.
You're as stealthy as a normal person walking around.
As I lay down on the ground, I'm staring directly at the skeleton, and I go, "Eep!"
Okay. It's like roll a d4 on an
Alright.
even, it's an orc skeleton.
All right, we are back to Sparkle Gem across. Unless you do anything else, Sparkle Gem over on the west side of the map.
All right, move 20 around to this corner over here. Let me move it. Jeebus. Just to get like staying
Alright.
tucked somewhat against the wall so that way I could just get an idea. Thank you
You ready
guys.
for?
Box Tech City.
Wait,
All right.
that color of green. It's the Muppet Show.
No, it's not the Muppet Show.
Oh,
Why do you think I want to stay like tucked into the shadows? Like,
survival instincts.
yeah. I'm taking on the boss solo, guys, later.
Crash! The crashing sound of waves continues to fill the cavern as you tell you can't. Everyone everywhere here. Just as a reminder, you guys really can't hear much very far. Crash! Crash! This at the beach, and it all just sounds like you're so
Weird.
nearby. So as you enter this room, there are steep escarpments that divide the large cavern into 3 sections. What you can see from your end of the 3 sections is the lowest part at the center. You're at the bottom of this cavern. These high ledges at either end, to your west and to the east. There are carved stone stairs to climb up the ledges. In the center, 2 large tables stand in the middle section of the room, along with a pair of old braziers, the one that you saw, braziers, one that you saw in another. There's a smaller table standing maybe up on the eastern ledge. You might maybe make out from your angle. In the room, filled with the skeletal remains of dozens of dead warriors, dwarves, gnomes, orcs, and something this time even larger, an ogre. His body just, and the skeletons, are really a testament to the battle that took place here. And
I just had
in
a double
Wayback
take.
Cave.
Oh, triple take. Oh, wait, ogre. Oh, wait, skeleton. Wait, skeleton.
So, let me now reveal the room on the map for you. You're able to see up to about here where some stairs are.
And it became known that barracks was merely the first casualties in the skeleton war.
And a ledge
Yeah.
above you. You now see the source of the green glow that had been near the room as you approach and turn. A flame hovering 3 feet above the ground, green and ethereal. Inside this flame is a skull which turns to you.
God damn it. It automatically sees me. This is some bullshit.
Flaming skulls.
Yep.
Like
When
from
he sees
Zelda.
with his eyes, he perceives with his mind.
Like that game I always wanted to play.
The skull turns to you and says, in a voice that also seems to speak in the reverse simultaneously, and it might be in a variety of languages. Actually, what languages do you speak?
Good question. Let me pull that up quick. That's not the right page. Skill.
Sparkle
features
Gem
and
languages. Yeah, so you hear it in Common, you hear it in Gnomish.
traits. Okay.
You even hear in the repetition of this phrase that there's a little bit of thieves' cant. And it just turns to you and says, "None shall pass." And then just kind of like in each language overlapping one another. So it's like almost difficult to comprehend, but at the same time you understand it on several levels.
Wait, so how is that to scale or?
No, that's just the image of it.
So it's a small creature with a big voice.
Yeah, he's a little baby guy. He's a real. It's this big. But that's the thing. That's the thing that's facing you, and the skull, and then this jaw just kind of clanks shut. But all those languages are spoken simultaneously, saying "None shall pass." Shep, yes, no, and then Domish, common, none shall pass. All
Yeah.
spoken in this one thing that is
Just
clearly understandable.
once or constantly repeating.
Turn back now.
What, me?
That's what it says. None
Oh,
shall
yeah.
pass. Turn back now.
And that's
then
all it
it's-
says?
And then it stands there floating.
You
Or
have
it
what?
doesn't stand there. It floats there 3 feet above the floor between these two tables. As you look around the room and you see the piles of skeletons and bodies, roll me an insight check.
Insight? Okay, let's see here.
It's like, are they all? Do they all fall away from the giant flaming skeleton? From the flaming skeleton?
Yeah, 9.
You're in amongst the bodies. Not only are there skeletons in here, but there are more recent bodies, things that this has killed among them, and you get the feeling that they're from this creature. So that's your movements, I think.
You have 5 feet left
I
if
have
you want
5
to
feet
confront
left
this thing.
to. God damn.
Do you enter the room? Do you back off as a show of understanding? Do
Well,
you
like, that's the thing is, I'm tempted to back off and then dip around here and see if this reconnects anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to do that. 5. Dash back this way. Fuck this noise. And keep going this way for a second. And that's everything.
All right.
If it comes down to I have to face that thing, I'll go in solo and face it. But
Flaming skulls, classic.
That makes it Puber's turn. Puber, you are, I hate to say it, stunned.
oh, I should have made.
So what can I do? I roll a check for that, or do I just kind of?
At the end of your turn, you basically roll a Constitution saving throw, and you've got to beat an 11 for the medium-sized one.
Okay. And I'm not sure what I can do with stun. Can I move or?
You can't take any of your actions on your turn.
Oh, okay.
You're incapacitated. That's the bad one. That's the bad part of the condition.
Ah, okay.
Oh no, it gets worse.
You can't
Am I,
move. You can only speak falteringly. You could think, though, everybody can hear your thoughts, and you're hearing
I'm
everybody
gonna,
else's thoughts in this
I'm
room.
gonna slump against this wall. Can I move at all, or am I not able to move at all?
No, you can't do it. You're just kind of in shock on the ground.
You have a
All right,
speed of
I'm
0.
going to. Anybody who can hear my thoughts can hear the embroiled conflict as to whether or not I should stay standing or sit down for a moment. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not sure. Hold on. If I just rest right here, maybe I can make a decision. But if I rest right here,
But then, yeah, you can make it.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna stand.
Uh,
You're no longer stunned. That's your turn, though.
Okay.
So welcome back. Talesin, you were kicking a door. It is now the 6th round of tonight's match.
try again, please.
Oh, to kick the door?
Yes.
Kicking door commencing.
And guidance.
That adds a d4 to it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You in the next 10 rounds can choose to add a d4 to any ability check you make.
Well, I got a nat 20.
All right.
Okay. Guidance remains in effect.
Yeah,
And,
so the existing door was wooden with these iron hinges on it, and it seems to have been like barred, like from the inside, and the place that you kick the door just sends it shattering open and flying across the room. It just obliterates what was there with this really perfect hit on what had been basically would have held it shut in the past. Now was like the fulcrum for all of this movement as it slams the door open.
Okay,
Through there.
go in and take a look around.
All right. Bear with me for a second. So
guess
this chamber, yeah, hold on. So this chamber, as you walk in, you get just past the doorways, as far in as you get before you see dust, ash, walls blackened by fire, and then heaps of debris beneath the sagging ceiling. So like rocks had fallen at it from the cave from above. All of the spells and the chaos that had been happening in this room that had caused that effect, caused these iron hinges to melt in the first place. Every piece of the furnishings, the tables, the chairs, the bookshelves, and the bed are charred or splintered, but otherwise actually pretty okay. There is a scorched iron chest standing near the foot of the bed to the south. And as you enter the room, a ghostly apparition rises up from the ground. First, you see as it crests a skull that raises up. As we enter into this room, I'll bring the image of the thing.
I hope it likes horses.
It's how do I describe this?
Maybe it just thinks I'm a random horse that got lost in a cave. One of them cave horses.
As he rises up in this whispered voice, your presence is offensive to me. Your life is forfeit. My treasures are mine own, not yours to plunder. And you are staring face to face with a living shadow that seems to rise up from the ground and speak these words to you.
Old man Jenkins.
You're face to
Gonna
face
neigh
with.
at it. Can I make a?
Hold up. Sorry, you guys just moving in and running in and opening doors and not being together. I'm all over the place. You're activating like various rooms and traps and circumstances left and fucking right. No concern for the DM.
It's a shade
whatsoever.
of some
I
kind.
hate you. Give me a second.
Sure.
Okay.
But I love you. But I love you.
This
But I love you.
Like, this is a deep dungeon. This is a deep
Yeah,
recon
this is a-
dungeon with lots of things in it.
There's so many things. I don't know. Do you guys get a shot of what Mormesk appears
No, I
to
can
be?
see him. Yeah.
It looks like a shade. Does it have that sort of crown?
Yeah, this is the thing that rises up from underneath and is now staring you in the face. Talesin, you need to take a step square back because I
This-
need.
It's a large.
Yes.
There's not enough room.
Well, no, it's just this guy. Move him there. That's where he is. It's as you crossed and sort of came into the room. This is what you're faced with, and that was what he said.
So Talesin, you said you wanted to try and use your action to make an intimidation roll against this thing that's telling you what to do.
No, I wanted to try to see if I had any idea what it was.
Okay, so Arcana check for this.
Okay. 11.
You understand the difference between a ghost and this creature as a wraith.
Okay.
Spooky.
Can I
And
attack it?
And he said these things to you. You can attack him if you want. But he
Uh,
basically came out of the floor as you came into his room. As soon as you stepped in, he
mm,
said to you, "Your presence is offensive to me. Your life is forfeit. My treasures are mine alone, not yours to plunder."
Your action is yours, man.
Is he there?
sometimes when I push the button to push attack, it like doesn't work. I don't know. I was saying, I think
we lost him.
I think he's going to attack me regardless, based on what he's already said. So I think I'm just gonna like hoof stomp him. So
The Warhorse is declaring a hooves attack on this
Okay.
wraith thing.
All right. Make an attack roll.
it's 12.
No, you can't. Sorry. You used your action to bust the door down.
Oh, okay. And I guess I don't do that, and I just
You are facing the wraith as he then
I'm
speaks
just
these words to
looking
you.
at him.
All right.
Okay.
So then you could move, I suppose.
Can I ask in my mind if the big spore daddy knows what this guy is?
How do you
Or like
describe
who he
it?
is?
As a wraith, or
There's
What do you? I don't. Tell me what you say so I could try to understand what he would say.
an old smoky dude?
there's I've gone into like big spore daddy. I've gone into a room and there's a apparition of black smoke with a crown. Do you know what this is?
Okay. On its turn, it'll reply. Also, everybody just heard Talesin call him
Yeah.
Big Spore Daddy. I'm sure everybody
I,
heard that in their mind.
like
They're
before
like,
my
jerk, because you're like nowhere near him. You're like, Big Spore Daddy.
before my turn, when I hear that, can I use my reaction to roll Arcana on his description?
No, it's not your turn.
No, my reaction.
On your turn, you can.
Okay.
Godwald, it's your turn.
Okay.
That was good.
Sorry. Actually, that was totally coincidental. I didn't do that on purpose. Like, on your turn.
I did
and
do
then
that
I'm
on purpose
like,
to
oh,
try and get
shit,
a bit
that's
extra out
okay.
of the action economy.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you are. You
I move
forward.
3 squares. Do I have line of sight on the thing?
Oh yeah, you see that? The shadow of smoke floating 3 feet above the floor. The creature itself is probably like 7 feet tall.
Hmm.
It's just smoke from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Visually, I think of those shadowy creatures that chase the hobbits.
My
What,
family's all,
ring wraiths?
like my
Yeah,
extended family is
but I
always
think when
more
you
of
see that
Street
picture.
Fighters, so I don't
Or the
understand.
Nazgul?
Yeah, those. It's crown and everything totally feels like.
Anybody here got a magic ring? Don't answer that. Yeah, we do.
All right, it's your turn, buddy.
Uh, sorry, a lot just happened. So
Tell me about it.
I okay, yeah, I'm in a bad mood. I'd like to make a ranged spell attack on that, whatever that is. I'd like to cast Guiding Bolt at first level.
Okay, you cast Guiding Bolt at first level. Second, I'm adding this person's turn to the order. Oh, shit. He should have gone first. Guiding Bolt is a 19 to hit. Let's see. A 19 hits. What kind of damage is Guiding Bolt?
I deal 4d6 radiant damage.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
That's 15 radiant damage, and the target
Say anything as you charge in.
the target glows with dim light until the start of my next turn, and while it's glowing, the next attack against it has advantage. And if I was going to shout something out while casting, I was like, "Your time in this world is long since past." I do not observe your claim.
Nice.
All right. What's the total?
15 radiant.
All right.
It's really strong.
Your time is not to pass. All right. I technically skipped its turn, so I'm going to give it its turn now as Mormesk.
Yep. I pass. I stay at the threshold.
Mormesk says to you, "You choose death." And it's gonna come to you, and it's going to
It's going to approach me.
raise its hands at you. You make me a Constitution saving throw.
I make a 14.
A 14.
Yes. On this new con save. One of many today.
Okay. Yeah. So I gotta roll some damage. And this is scary. So I'm rolling
Did I fail?
4d8. You failed.
This guy is stronger than mushrooms, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. And the effect of his life drain touch is serious effect.
So is he, what's the range on that?
Where's my calculator?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Do you need help with the math?
Yeah, well, I only have so many D8 over here. I could roll a bunch of them on screen, but oh wait, I have a dice app.
You could GM roll them, just straight to yourself.
Well, that's what I was gonna add them for. So oh, okay. Okay, your maximum hit points are reduced by 17.
And do I take that much damage from my current?
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 17. So whatever your maximum is, you drop it down by 17 points, and damage
Okay.
beyond that's just been absorbed.
Max HP modifier minus 17. I go from 29 out of 31 to 14 out of 14.
Yep. Okay. Well, he said you choose death and touches you. I mean, really, he doesn't like quite touch you. The range on it is actually over 5 feet. So he just kind of
You get
reaches out and
It was
hands on
very
you.
effective.
Yeah, it's his life. He's draining your life force as he touches you. As he like reaches out and doesn't actually seem to touch you, but sort of tendrils of smoke sort of leak out your eyes and through your mouth towards him, and you just feel your life essence draining away. That it's just disorienting and dizzying, and also Talesin terrifying.
Ugh.
Sweet.
Just takes a deep breath in
Ugh.
of Godwald.
Yeah. Is
Okay,
that his whole turn?
that's his turn. Jerk, you've heard a door crash and some commotion to the south. You heard a bit about a mushroom daddy and a specter. You're looking at a couple doors.
Like when I take the damage, can I use my reaction to like yell out in extreme discomfort?
Oh yeah, no, to the damage. Yeah, you
Yeah.
scream out in pain. You scream out in pain, like
Yeah. Hey, something bad's going on where you just left. So
ah! What the
just
heck
a
was
thought.
that?
What?
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't look like the map's moved. And that's the
No,
usual thing.
I don't want to be touching you. Who put this X on? Please.
That's me. There's no more door.
Yeah. Okay. I guess whatever. I have so many things right over there.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah.
There's the lantern light and everything else.
All right, so shit, you guys.
Before you dropped down in your health, what was your maximum?
31.
31. Okay. Write that number down.
Oh, I just used the D&D Beyond of max HP modified by minus 17.
Just I want you to remember the 31. Okay.
I will
Anyways,
remember the 31.
Jerk. I'm gonna make a note
It's
of it.
Yep, it's written down.
All right, how big is this drop here?
It's like a 10-foot drop. What's
So
your...
just like back at the temple.
All right, I'm gonna try some parkour here. I'm gonna use my dash and my movement to get as close to him as I can.
Hardcore parkour.
So should I roll?
So let's say you're basically like dashing off the top of
And then
that ledge,
yeah.
jumping. So you like to use your +4 feet to do a long jump on the top of that, and then you're gonna try and land and roll.
Yeah.
Is there okay? Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yep, acrobatics check, and if you fail the DC, you'll just take some bludgeoning damage from the height of the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Max D6 because it's only 10 feet up.
Mm.
I think that does it.
Hey, you were able to there was that somewhere in between like fighting the goblins and being transported to another dimension. Like Jerk has been doing some like serious spirit training on the like cart rides, and he's mastered parkour. Like he just believed in himself so hard he Naruto's this shit every time.
Simply by just envisioning the situations in my mind.
So expertly lands. So you're able to use your action to dash, jump, and successfully land without taking damage.
I'm gonna use the dash. That's my
cunning dash.
Yeah, cunning dash. So that's my.
I would say like 10 more feet up. You're still gonna take a D6 if you make the save instead of 2D6. Like,
okay.
So that'd be treating the fall as if it was 10 feet less.
Right, because he's
because of the roll.
Expertly doing this.
Okay, so you land right there. I am like really looking bad. I'm half the man I was since when you left, honestly.
Okay, well,
And
I think
there's
yes.
this creepy, and there's this super creepy thing right there.
when I get there, I'm pretty sure I know what's up, and I'm
It's-
gonna take a
The,
shot
ra-
with my
the wraith is
crossbow.
glowing with dim light from my bolt, if that worked. So the next attack on it gets advantage,
Okay,
and
so
that
I'm,
would probably give sneak attack if
I'm gonna
it applies here.
I'm gonna Sildar crossbow.
Yeah, you're in 5 feet of it. Well, the horse is.
No, because I'm giving it giving him advantage on the roll.
Oh. He gets advantage on it. Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
so the distance piece and advantage. Yep.
So I rolled twice then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2d20s.
either roll twice and just keep the higher, or type in 2d20 KH1. And that looks like the same result both times.
Well, that was just the first one.
The first one.
Let's see if I can do
All
better.
And it's crit check. It's not a crit, but
Still works.
and your better roll was
21.
Okay. That hits when you're chewing crossbow bolt.
Yep.
Okay.
It's also poisoned, but I don't think that matters with the spectral being.
Yeah, and
I
that-
thought you
yeah,
poisoned the rapier.
yeah.
this
So you've got
Oh no,
Yeah, you
I
poisoned
poisoned
your
the
rapier.
rapier, not the bolts. All right, so crossbow
Yep.
damage. That was a hit.
crossbow bolt damage. Yep.
20 and sneak attack damage. Holy shit! 11.
So that's
That's 20. 20 damage.
20 and
20
non-magical
damage?
piercing.
Yeah. So as you perform this crazy parkour maneuver and jump over, you roll, land, look at your sort of now looking thin and pale and drained friend, shoot a crossbow bolt past him, right up to the wraith, and the bolt kind of like flies through the air, and just kind of in the body of the thing, you see it sort of like ripple a little bit as it goes and kind of passes through. So like it hits and then goes through, and you feel like that's not the result you really wanted to have happen here. But you hit something. You just didn't hit it as much or the way you think you should have.
Ooh.
If you don't think that physical attacks work, you can try mocking it later.
So yeah, but the bolt just kind of through him and sticks into the wall behind him. Still has enough force.
Okay.
So it's like it hit. It's really strange.
So I just say very loudly, "Oh fuck, guys,"
Hmm.
and that's my turn.
He's not in the thought bubble, so the
Yeah,
horse and I
it's-
just both hear that.
Speaks it out loud. And from the in your mind, you guys hear a yelling and a shout and shouting in response to everybody who's taken the telepathic spores. Everyone feels the shoutings and the pain of Godwald as the entire spore colony kind of feels the pain of his life force being drained away.
So
And they're
that's
just, you guys hear this like just this troubled low shouting in your head. Oh!
it was really bad. It
Several
was really bad.
voices crying out in pain in response to this.
I just paid half my life points. So that's
And then it's Sparklegem's turn. On the other
meanwhile.
side of the bet.
Meanwhile, several stone walls away,
Right.
Sparklegem has just encountered a flaming skull that asks her to please leave, but without the please.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Sparkle Gem isn't dumb enough to try and fight something on her own if she doesn't have to.
No. Yep.
Okay, I could get right to the other side of this area with my normal movement. Can I see through the crack of the door or anything like that from this perspective? That's all I
A
can
little
see.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's just the door is cracked open a little bit your way. You could just reach in and swing it open and peek in if you want.
Yeah.
There is no humanoid obviously right behind the door.
Right.
All right. See in
That's-
room
That happened to me
room
once.
number 7. Let's read room number 7. Despite much of the destruction that you've seen all around, this northern part of the storage area actually seems to survive quite relatively intact. The eastern wall of the chamber is kind of collapsed due to some rubble falling down. Sort of thing you see a little bit of all over the place here in the cave. But it just leads into a fairly decent sized storeroom. There are dusty kegs that are tucked up against the walls. All of them are basically cracked and splintered from age. Roll me an insight check.
I think that's still already on. Let me double check. Yep. 10.
You can kind of think like, this is a pretty good room that we could maybe, hide in. Like this
Okay.
door is much sturdier than the one you had seen down there, and along those entryways where all the battle had been happening. This room, just in general, is much more intact than a lot of the area that you've seen so far.
All right. So my only option to possibly get over towards where I know they like general area of where I'd last seen the party head in would be to try and get past this fucking thing.
Oh yeah, can we get a bit of this wall? Just for the outline.
Oh, where am I?
The wall south of
Yeah,
wall
the
down
wall
from
south
Sparkleton.
of where I'm
This
standing.
is the first time she's been around the corner, so
I mean, it's going to disappear here in a second anyways, because I'm about to leave this area.
oh, broom closet. Cool.
Yeah, but like I said, this eastern wall side, this is rubble. Some of this exploded, and this room was probably square in the past. Empty keg room. Everything in here being so ancient, all those casks were splintered and empty.
If they weren't, it would be extremely well aged.
Use my bonus action to dash, go there. Let me check one thing quick before I decide if it's the... I'm gonna go ahead and cast my mage hand and have that floating with me wherever I left that darn thing at.
So you bonus action up the mage hand behind you?
It was back in the barracks.
Yeah.
I got it.
There we go. My tiny little mage hand.
Bonus action summon mage hand. All right. Or action, I guess, because interaction.
Yeah,
opens the door.
action, bonus
Or
action
bonus
between every...
action to dash. Interaction to the door. Bonus
Or
action to mage
bonus
hand.
action, dash, and action to cast mage hand. However those two combos work.
The second way.
All right.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah. If we've unnerved the mushrooms, do they get back in the order?
Oh yeah. Oh, they're in the order. They just haven't been
Okay.
doing anything. They haven't left the room. Let's see. So, Bear, it's your turn. It's been about
4.
6-second rounds. It's at 7 rounds. It puts us at like 42 seconds since you've been poisoned.
Okay.
You're still suffering the poisoned effect from the initial gas cloud that launched up. I think you're the only person who failed the Constitution saving throw of all people to fail a Constitution saving
I was gonna say, yeah. So
Right?
what do I roll a Constitution throw, or I want to make sure I'm getting the effects right because
The poison just lasts 10 minutes, so you're still poisoned. So for the next
So yeah,
9-ish minutes,
or
you
just
have
spend your or
disadvantage.
lay on hands.
Oh my god! If you would let me finish this sentence, I fucking love it. God damn it, Oz! Give me a break for a minute. Let me talk. You want to? You know, you're gonna DM a one shot in between games when we have like people that are off. That's what I want. I want a DM one shot from Oz, so that I'm not interrupted.
Promise.
If we all agree to or something, just let me finish the sentence.
Sorry.
But yes, the poison effect means you have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks. But as Oz was about to tell you, ...
Lay on hands for 5 says it can neutralize any one poison.
I will do exactly that. Thank you both.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
So I'll just.
I'm not mad.
I,
I'm just frustrated.
I will like take a moment and make my hand glow and I don't know, choke myself for a second.
Try to choke out some of the poison out of your lungs, and you are magically able to.
Right,
Just
you
sort of,
didn't just cough that
sort
all
of
up in one
magically
night.
coughs it all up in front of you. You're no longer under the poisoned effect. I believe that may have been your action, though. I'm not sure.
I think so. Yeah, it's as an action. So I will, as I've got my hands around my own throat, I'll come over here. I'm obviously describing this as playing, but I'll move over to see what's going on over here. Like, hey guys, what's up?
I look really bad, like seriously bad.
And then I'll see the fiend and be like, fiend. And I think that's all I can do.
Action, movement, speak to him.
Action, movement, speak. And Channel Divinity is not a bonus action, so that's an action. So yeah, I will go ahead and pass my turn.
Talesin, the smoky shadow of a wraith has risen itself up from the ground upon you entering, and upon being attacked, has gone after Gonwald and drained his life force. It was a terrifying amount to see. It's your turn. What do you do?
So I am going to let me see if I can do this as damn it. No, okay. So I'm going to, I guess, bonus action to turn back into myself. Because unless here's the only other thing I would consider. So this thing being of a ghost.
Lee persuasion.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we're probably gonna have to hit it with magic, and if you consider the fact that my body is magic because I've shape changed, then I could hit it. But if not, then I have to turn back.
Does it say it? It will say it if it does.
I mean,
like a monk will say, "Oh, you're for the effect. Your fists count as magical."
Right. Like I'm technically like magically shapeshifted, so my body would be magic, but I didn't think that would necessarily count. So I'm gonna shapeshift back into my normal self, and then I will cast Moonbeam on him as a. I think I only have it at 2nd level. I love my Moonbeam.
It's been very useful thus far.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if he.
It is. Oh, he's not. Well, is he in the light? It's really not. So you guys are in that room. You're in the dark because that hooded lantern is up on top of those stairs, aiming the light down into there. It doesn't really cast into his room. Maybe a little bit from where he is, so you can see him in there. But if you guys start fighting in that room, it's going to be at some disadvantage. So keep that in mind.
Well, I can
It's
see
dark
in the
inside
dark,
there.
but
Yeah,
also
horse can't,
whatever.
though. But you
well,
undid
I'm
the
saying,
horse.
I went back to my normal self. I can't cast Moonbeam as a horse. But also, whatever spell that Oz did previously, I guess it fills him with like he is glowing.
Oh yeah.
The glow lasts until the start of my next turn, but the advantage is
Yeah. Well,
So
everything
yeah,
gets
so you can still
restarted.
see him, so it's not really a worry.
Well, you're about to see him even more because there's a big silvery beam of light on top of him now.
Okay, let me go grab your moonbeam from the last stream. Did I keep it? No. It's a 5-foot one there, right? Orange cone. This is too big. That's a cone. Circle. Whoops. Circle. There it is. Boop. That's right. And you cast that over the wraith.
Indeed, I do.
All right. So you bonus action turn back into a humanoid, and then action up that. And on his next turn, when he starts there, he will take damage. We'll roll it then. It is his turn. So what is it? Is a wisdom save? It's just damage if they start their turn in there.
Yeah, it's 2d10.
All right. Can't remember.
Sweet, 4 damage.
What kind of
Uh,
what kind of
magical
damage is it?
radiant.
It's radiant damage.
Radiant? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he's weak to that or what.
I just know he deals spooky damage.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
So he does 2d10, so he takes 4. 4 radiant damage.
Yeah.
A moonbeam. Here's him, and it is his turn. The searing, silvery light burning him for a load of damage doesn't really seem to affect him so much. The flames almost seem to be caught up in with the shadow of him, as he then. Oh, that's on top of him now. As he then moves forward, turns to the left to Talesin, and he says, "Your lives are mine." And he reaches towards you with his bizarre, shadowy tendrils to do his life drain attack. You must make me a Constitution saving throw.
And I failed on a 14.
It's an ugly world.
It's also a 14.
Oh,
Does not save. Okay, D8. Calculator. No, I'll just math it. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 15 points. So
That box shows up if you click on your max HP.
your max HP at 27
Yeah, I know.
goes down by 15. And you so you guys sort of, Chris, now you're witnessing this happen as he turns and says that your life is forfeit to me. Extends his hand in Talison's direction, and again this tendril shadows seem to just seep through the orifices in his face and lean towards him as Taliesin shakes with this Talesin that feels super good. But that is his turn. Tells you to leave. And Godwald, it is now your turn.
Oh, poopy.
have we tried just leaving?
I
No,
well, I
just-
did
just-
not.
yeah.
Well, I did not cross the threshold. I did make an attack. So
Oh, and your moonbeam's over here.
I I do have the option right now, having felt probably one of the worst things I've ever felt in my life, to disengage and walk away. But I'm worried about Talesin also at this point.
Those are both doorways that you're standing in, so that doorway is completely missing. He doesn't have to pass through the wraith.
It's scary.
Who's no longer glowing because your turn started?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, it's scary. I'm terrified right now. I hope you guys are terrified right now because that thing just took your maximum health down.
I think that's a hint.
Actually, that wasn't a hint. I'm just expressing my emotions. I'm like, oh Jesus, like
that's a
Just
thing.
right
that
there
happens.
on the floor.
I'm like looking for things like what can I do? Like
I don't have stuff that fixes that
Mm.
for a long time.
Also, all of you who have the telepathic spores hear the screams of the
So that's
of the myconids again. Ah! Oh no! Wait, how do they yell? Oh, friends! Oh, friends!
let's see. So if then
The
that doesn't really
reports.
help. That doesn't really help. No, that would almost 100% make the situation worse. We're out of fireballs.
Who did have a fireball scroll? That did happen back there. Whew.
That doesn't help. That would get me killed. That would get me killed.
I understand your caution to make a move here. This is a this is a challenging battle.
Let's see. And I can't even heal any of the things. With that mood, I guess I'll just use my full action to disengage and move back to here behind everything. But it's still able to keep an eye in case there's something I can do later.
Okay, he does not get the attack of opportunity on you because you
And
disengaged.
if I have an interaction, I'd like to ask the monarch, this is really bad. Is there anything that you can do?
Oh, you're asking for
You're
help.
asking who?
You're asking for help.
Yes, I'd like to ask for help from the colony of friends.
They. Oh, by the way, the colony really didn't have much chance to respond to Talesin earlier.
Yeah, I know. It's been
screaming.
abrupt.
So it's been a rough 60 seconds of your guys' lives.
Yeah, it's really bad. Is there anything you can do? And that's all I've got.
Yeah, so then it's Jerk's turn. Jerk.
Yes.
Godwald took a defensive position and disengaged away from the wraith.
I still have a bonus, but I have nothing that would actually. Oh, I actually do have a thing.
Jerk.
I'm here.
Jerk.
But it's too late.
Jerk's turn. I don't hear Jerk talking though. It's driving me insane.
I'm here.
I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. It's been a bad day.
Oh God. Okay, so there's not a whole lot I can do here. I'm going to. Can I move here without breaking line of sight?
That is correct.
Okay. Oh God. If we just step outside, is this thing gonna chase us? Okay. Can
We can't.
I ready my action if it makes a move on Talesin?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to get ready to yell at it. I'm going to use
Okay.
vicious mockery if it tries to touch Talesin while he's backing out of the room. I'll use my interaction to tell Talesin, try to back out of the room, see if he comes with you. And
So
then
sure.
I'm going to ready vicious mockery to yell at him if he does.
I love the idea that you're like, all right, man, try and get out of there, and then you stop and you're thinking of like a really good zinger. It's gotta be killer. Like,
All right, that's my turn.
all right. All of my rapport spores, that's what they're called. It's our little telepathic spore group. You hear amongst the terrified yelling and pain as they're experiencing your pain. Oh, I guess not with Talesin. Oh no, yeah, with Talesin too. Okay, yep. As they're experiencing your pain, and they're like, "Come here, we'll help here." And they're trying to communicate that they want you to come to their room.
That didn't work out so well last time.
So then that's a bunch of them that kind of go through that. There's the little ones, here, friends, come here, friends. And then one voice that kind of stands out with them, and kind of the older one, the larger, older, longer grown creature, just tries to tell you guys. There's what are those? One more little floop spore. He's trying to tell you there's just one of those left. He just wants you to know that. And then it's Sparkle Gem's turn.
Okay. So I had a glowing green skull, correct? I
On top,
looted.
they looted, and you tried to put it on top of your glass staff, but I really wasn't sure how that was going to work. And I was
No, we
ask
never. Yeah, we never made rolls for it, so I just assume I'm carrying it at this point.
You have rope.
Yeah.
If you had rope in your inventory, you could have taken some of the rope off, maybe run it through the eyes of the glowing green skull, and kind of affixed it on there ish. Maybe not super well, but it's on. You know.
Yeah, I was hoping I was just going to have it in my backpack at this point, but that's
Or you
okay.
could have it in your backpack. That's fine. We didn't say what it was. I was
Sweet.
just saying we could go either way. Whatever you.
Well, it was the end of the night. We were all slap happy. So since no rolls were made, I assume nothing was made official.
Yeah, I went back. I heard you you actually said it like 2 or 3 times, and I just didn't even have the chance to respond to you. So
No,
yeah,
it's good.
if you wanted it,
So-
yes. If not, fine.
Sweet, because that develops a whole different idea at this point.
Okay.
So my mage hand is going to take that green glowing skull and kind of crawl inside of it. So that way
Okay.
the green glowing skull is floating like beside me at this point.
Okay.
I assume it's not as bright as the other one.
No, it's a very dim light, like less than 5 feet.
Okay. And that's fine. That's
Kind of like
absolutely
think
fine.
of think of glow in the dark. You know, you charge it up with light, and then it seems to glow, but it's not really all that bright. That kind of thing.
Right.
But you are in pitch black, so you know, creature with eyes would probably just see a floating green glow in the dark skull.
So that would have been my action to control it to do that. Do.
I mean,
Give me 1 second, because yeah, it is in the same space as me right now. So I had to zoom in. So I'm going to move the skull in the hand 30 feet forward, 30 feet forward from this point.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of everything I could do this turn.
Okay.
Yeah, to do 2 actions with my hand like that. Wait, yeah, to do 2 actions with my hand, it's both my bonus action and my regular action.
She's using her action to basically get the skull out and fix the hand holding it up. It's less than 5 pounds or 10 pounds, so.
Yeah, and then the skull is now just floating down
It's
the hallway
floating.
on its own accord.
And then she bonus action and moved it, right? So move your mage hand.
That's what I'm working on, right there at the end of the hallway.
You can do it.
Eh,
All right.
there we go.
While you're doing it, awesome. Hubert, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to be maneuvering myself in the most defensible position I possibly
I meant to
can.
move.
Okay. There's a 10-foot hole in this building that was kicked in by the horse. Just FYI.
Yeah, that was something I was going to ask. Is this a door still, or is it just a pile of rubble at this point?
It is a set of double doors that has been kicked really hard by a horse. And they are gone.
So I can't do a silly little reach in and just kind of slowly close the door, lock it with the ghost man?
Nope.
Okay.
Here's the rubble from the door that he hugely kicked in, just on the wall over here, back on the northern bed. Just crumpled and destroyed bit of it that he it was a really high damage roll to get it. He was being a DC 15 and he got a 24. It obliterated that door.
Okay. I will go ahead and go with. I'm going to go ahead and cast protection of good and protection from evil and good on myself. Obviously, technically good, or versus evil.
Right. So you're yeah. I mean, it protects you from a list of things. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm going to move right about here. Kind of lock eyes with this thing. In a I dare you kind of situation.
Yep. All right. That's your action.
That's my action.
And you're staring down this gigantic spectral creature. All right.
That lasts a good long 10 minutes. And then, I'll move in and kind of almost daring him to.
As you challenge him, you offer forward, you make this sort of, gesture, a little bravado, all right, buddy, come on, let's go. It's Talesin's turn.
Okay.
You should give yourself a little icon for that protection against good and evil thing. Sorry.
You're good. I guess I will disengage and move back here.
I asked the spores for help, and they said to return to them.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, how far was that? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Is that 40? So I guess I'm gonna just say guys, the spores or the what the spore daddy will help.
Use your action to disengage.
Yeah.
Help me, spore daddy.
And then you can your movement is 40 feet. That's cool. All right.
Wait, it might be 30. Hang on. No, it is 30 feet. My bad.
That might be 35 or something. So I wasn't sure.
I guess I would get.
I just accepted it. So yeah.
I don't know. I think.
I'll look at it. Then. It's 30. That was easy.
Yeah.
That's 20. Yeah.
So I guess I can get over here. Sure. I'll call out to the spore daddy. Be like, help us. We're weak.
That's
I can't.
30 from where you were, by the way. That's how far you could get.
Okay. I'll go down there then. But yeah, no, I want to call out to the mushroom boys and try to get them to come help us. Even though I'm gonna have to stay away from them, but
Now, as Talesin was moving
well,
away, did
he
that?
said that there was only one of those poison spore clouds left. Or there's only one of those like balloons left. Do we know where in the room it would be? Like, because we have to get close to it, right?
Yeah. So
Is the mushroom area still dim light?
Well, would we have any idea where it is so that we can try to stay away from that thing?
you are telepathically connected to creatures that might know.
Okay. But I already talked to them. So that'll be my turn for there.
So your turn, you disengaged, you moved. Your interaction was just to be like, "Hey, come help us."
Yeah, well, I guess I could ask him, yeah, like, hey, come help us. Like, where's the last balloon of gas? We need to stay away from that.
Okay. Yeah, he'll reply in his turn.
Now, did that ghost dude make any like threatening gestures or movements while Talesin was running away?
Hey, like watched him go. He kind of like turned as he goes back, and then he turns back to Pubert, and is standing in front of him.
Okay.
Oh, I wish a fucker would.
And then actually, so after Talesin goes, goes down the road, calls out to the Myconid colony. Our wraith friend tilts back his head, raises his spectral hand towards Pubert, and Pubert, please make me a Constitution saving throw, and do better than your first one tonight.
I will try, no promises.
Does the protection apply?
What does protection against people do exactly?
Oh,
I
wait,
get,
Do you want to read it?
this only affects attacks. That's bad.
they get a disadvantage on attack rolls against me. I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. I get advantage to any new saving throws if they try that. So this might not have been the best. However, I did roll a 20.
Yeah. Yeah, as he raises his hand towards you, you see the kind of like these tendrils kind of extend from him towards you and just kind of puff off your armor as he just says, he kind of repeats himself from earlier. My treasures are mine.
Fine then, keep your treasures. I care not for your material goods.
But so then he uses his movement, and he travels right through you to be right in between the middle of Jerk, Godwald, and you.
Puber's gonna
And now he's floating up above and is turned towards Godwald.
Oh, shit, he sapped me from 10 feet away last time. That's really, really bad.
and Puber's gonna cry out like, "No, wait just a gosh darned minute."
Next
Oh, yeah.
time when I ready an action, I need to specify party member and not someone in particular.
Oh, yeah, you had the action ready. I actually forgot about your action ready. You would need to tell me.
Well,
I'm not going to remember your action.
That's why I asked if you made any like threat towards
move on Talesin.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I didn't even think about that. It literally was not crossing my mind. I'm sorry.
Is
But
it still its turn?
yeah. Well, no, it moved in, screams in between all of you, ah! Just echoing throughout over the crashing sound of waves to the north. Jerk's heard it the loudest. But then, yeah, I think we get some Godwald action.
You could run past him. He's not. You won't take an attack of opportunity from that far. Spore Daddy can help.
Spore Daddy. It's gold.
Say I'll step three squares down. Anything happen?
No.
Wait, how does this work?
Isn't it cool that he's incorporeal and he just right through you, just
No.
Oh yeah,
black
that's
black clouds of smoke and just whoosh.
that's super cool.
You got any ideas? Do you want some assistance?
Yeah, I'll take advice. Sure.
What do you guys think?
I
What should he
say
do?
go to the daddy and see if he can undo the damage. If he can, then we drag him down there and fight there. That's my opinion.
Was there anything else that we could have? I could. Did you move the moonbeam?
No, I haven't had a chance to. It's a
Oh,
bonus
you
action.
disengaged that time.
I also disengaged, so it would have gone away.
Okay, so I So if I dashed, I'd go past Talesin, and I still honestly don't want to do that even in the spore area because I'm still freaked out. Let's see, make another mood. I can't decide. Let's decide. I'm gonna guiding bolt this thing again because I'm just not really.
Alright.
I'm just really unhappy.
Yeah, he hurt you. He's coming for you. He wants your life. Your soul. Your life is forfeit. Your life is forfeit. I can't do a lot of spooky voices. Spooky. Your life is forfeit.
And does the 12 hit?
12 does not.
Okay, then I move
Less-
3 more squares down and pass.
Just missed as you're guiding bolt towards the wraith. Just barely kind of goes over a wispy flame of a shoulder. You're
Fair
really
enough.
close though.
And that's all I got.
All right. Means it's Jerk's turn.
Oh god. Okay. What do you think, Pew Bear? Are we gonna try to take this thing?
As much as I would love to put down an ancient evil, seeing what's going on here is not exactly inviting. But yes, let's take it down.
We're going to die.
Oh yeah, terribly too.
All right.
So,
Fuck. All right. Rapier time.
you take out the rapier that has the poison on it.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, that is totally the wrong dice. Why did it do that? Oh,
It's
here we go.
okay. You'd rather get a 9 there than.
Oh.
Ooh.
And
So
you have
close,
Pubert
too.
within 5 feet of it.
Yep. So sneak attack
So
damage.
I will be
Wait, doesn't he have advantage against it because of Puber's last?
Well,
I missed.
I hit him, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, you got the advantage.
Yeah. Damage on that will be 11. The sneak attack damage 8. 19 total
In regular
19
piercing.
damage.
in regular piercing, and if he's not immune, poison.
I would assume.
The peculiar magical poison.
So, all right, let's see. So 19 total.
For that, yes.
Oh, for your main attack, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't the potion magic though?
Can this thing puke?
So
It's
Can-
I don't
as
know.
disgust.
as
You're
you
asking the important questions.
all right, so as Jerk's like, it's like, Pubert, are we gonna do this? And Pubert's like, oh fuck yeah, let's do it. you take your rapier out, you go to shove it right through, and almost similarly how the arrow bolt went in, you kind of like stick it in, you feel something. Like it sticks in, but then just this like part of it that you just kind of keep going through. And like the poison is, as you pull back from your strike, you've hit something. It didn't feel like right though, and the poison is still on your blade. It kind of looks down and it looks back at you. Your life is forfeit.
I know.
And he is a tortured ancient spirit. He has lived for nothing but to kill the next thing that comes and tries to take his stuff.
We didn't try to take anything. It's the only
And you
time
came
in this
and
we've
you
never.
came into his room, and he was like, "Fuck you." so
So like,
that's what you're looking at. You can
like-
pass through him for 5 movement.
Okay, but will
so
I take
normal
damage?
or extra?
It's 5 extra movement. He says he's essentially difficult terrain, but he is incorporeal.
Okay, so
So
I'm going to
you
go.
will kind of do what your bolt and sword have done, like.
So would you like to offhand or disengage or anything
I'm
crazy?
gonna disengage and run here, and I'm gonna shout, "Bring him this way!" And that's it.
Yeah, and as you kind of duck to like sort of go under, just kind of it pushes through you a bit as you run, and you go from next to Godwald. All right. In the collective mind, we all all but 2 conscious people in the area hear this in their heads, Jerk and Sparkle Gem blissfully unaware, as several small voices say, "Friends, come here, friends." And then you kind of have that sort of like, then a 5th voice, "Help, will help." And then that 6th voice that seems to be a little more present responds to the question of where the balloon is, essentially the poison plant that explodes in gas. And he says, "I have it." So that's 6th voice. And then it is Sparkle Gem's turn.
All right.
Well,
Meanwhile, several rock walls away.
It's like
Right.
after 11.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's 2 turns left in the order. You want to finish out Sparkle Gem and Pubert?
I'm okay with
And
that.
then we could start at the top with Talesin next time.
Sure.
Use my bonus. Move that there. Okay. So I've done my movement, did my bonus to move the float and skull. I would like to use my action to cast Minor Illusion and put an illusion of myself standing next to that skull.
Okay.
Because I can fit in a 5x5.
Which of these two actions happened first?
The skull would move into the room first.
Your movement. Okay, where were you when that happened?
Right here.
Okay, so move back there. As the skull reaches this point, the flaming green skull turns to it and speaks. Oh shit! Well, he's gonna say. We have what he says in this.
It's a dead thing. What can it say to a dead thing?
If a floating green skull, another floating green skull.
In this kind of like overlapping languages piece to you, that it's really almost impossible for me to describe. As the simultaneously speaks, none shall pass as the mage hand with the skull on it approaches to this area. Does the mage hand continue in after that?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So as the mage hand continues in afterwards, oh man, you're gonna make me do this too.
Do what to me? You're not doing shit to me. It's all happening to this floating skull.
It is. It is. But he has been saving an action here. In a 20-foot.
I got you on that snap point.
This is why I wanted to know.
Space in front of me. Or next to me. I'm right on the edge.
Whoa. All right. You are right on the edge.
Is that a fireball?
So go ahead and roll me a d4. A 1 or a 2 is your pass. So now, because you're just at the edge of this fireball, this explosion that happens on the mage hand as it crosses the threshold, and the skull has said, "None shall pass." Yeah, dex save. Jesus.
Give me 1 second. No, that's not one of the ones included. Okay, boo. Got it. Dex save is +3. Sorry, I don't have syntax open right now. I'm bad. 11.
We're all gonna die in this place.
Speak for yourself. I'll be resurrected with 1 HP.
Shit, for the next hour. For the next hour, she has this in effect. His spell save DC, give it to me. Okay, what did you make?
11.
Need to be a 13.
Shit.
Okay, so you fail the dex save, and I need 2 more d6.
I'm extra crispy, you guys.
You're gonna be.
I mean,
all right.
So the average damage that 8d6 deals is 28, and how much health do you have?
Yeah, so it's
all of it. I'll be left with like 1 or 2 hit points, okay?
20, 25. You take 25 fire damage.
Hey guys, I'm still standing.
Is this because of the...
Is this karma?
No, I have 2 hit points.
You have 2 hit points.
Yeah.
This might be karma.
So your glowing green skull, unfortunately, just is evaporated at the center of this fireball. As the skull goes, "None shall pass," and the mage hand moves in and goes, and then as it explodes explodes, and you take the very edge of this incinerating ball of flame as the flame fades away and the boom escapes throughout the rest of the room. The rest of the party, you guys hear an explosion in the distance.
Oh god.
It echoes through the cave. Probably everything in the cave heard. And it finishes its sentence and it says, "Except my liege or his, none shall pass." Fireball. "Except my liege or his charges." And it remains floating there.
Wait.
Does your mage hand take damage?
No. It's
Okay.
spectral. It's completely spectral. It's like
Man, that might piss him off. All right.
so my hand is just in there like waving at him like hi.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
the
what?
asshole.
Let's just leave the fireball thing here for a minute, so we could just remember when we come back next time that we can still appreciate the
Well,
fireball.
we saw Cragmaw like carvings around here, didn't we?
Right?
We have the
Because we're
brands.
sworn alliance to it, so if that matters, like, wouldn't he be able to tell that's up?
There are a lot of things you said there.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't remember
Telling
Cragmaw
any of them.
carvings here.
I thought we saw some.
Yeah, I thought we saw a Craigmaw carving somewhere.
I can remind you what that was. You guys saw
There
on
was
the
carvings.
body of one of the orcs.
Oh, okay.
There were that had maintained a piece of like the marching orders, and it was to kill every last one of them, and it was like kill every last one of them, fight to the death, and all hail Gramouche or something. And then you saw like there was the insignia. No, that was it. It was kill them all, fight to the death, and then the insignia of Cragmaw was in the corner. That's what it was. So, but anyways, so the fireball eradicates your cool glowy skull. You take a significant amount of damage and are very hurt. And I think that's your some movement and bonus action.
Yes.
That was just bonus, and then the interrupt happened.
Yeah. So, rather than moving forward, I'm gonna move the exact opposite way. Since, all this shit just happened. And I'm gonna go look for my party now, because fuck all this noise.
Like
That
you're
would
gonna
have
look for your
been-
party now.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought maybe I could sneak past, and that's why I had the skull float ahead without me?
I knew exactly what you were doing when you put the skull on the thing.
What, trying to get past,
Yeah,
like one
I'm
way
like-
or another?
And I knew there was no way that was gonna happen. I'm sorry.
At least I could try.
Yeah.
Damon
I like the idea.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Roll me an Arcana check
Okay.
for knowing what that creature was.
I forgot to. It doesn't matter. That's +6, 10.
I'm gonna give you like some kind of glasses of Arcana checking, so we could just have them not fail all the time. All right, yeah. You
Or
don't
no,
really
that's
know-
a 9. My bad.
You
I'm too scared. Like, fuck
Yeah,
that. I
you-
don't give a shit.
flaming green skull. You're not quite sure. You've never really seen anything like this or heard about it.
So, I would have been move action, take my
Yep.
bonus action,
Move.
and fucking run the fuck away.
You use your bonus action to move the hand in.
Or regular action
Okay.
to dash.
All right.
Because I was
Mhm.
going to cast Minor Illusion. I told you everything I wanted to do, but before any of it could happen.
Yeah, there was an order that needed to be occurring in.
Yep.
But yeah, so then last turn in the evening, we'll go to Bear. Bear, you
Alright.
are this
Um,
wraith just sort of envelops and twists itself around, and its face sort of comes out of the back of its head, and it's turning and looking at you.
So after seeing Jerk just kind of walk through it, leaving me all alone, I'm just gonna, kind of do that snap and point to my left and kind of disengage while keeping use a disengage action while kind of keeping an eye on him and backing
All right.
away, making sure I'm still in range to protect Godwald and Jerk. And
All right.
I think that'll be it.
All right. Well, good game, you guys.
Uh,
Scared the
Whatever, the
living
dice are
shit
against
out of
us.
me constantly.
something about
Oh,
this
I've
doesn't
got a-
feel right.
I've got a plan.
So we die next week.
I guess.
Maybe
All right.
we can do it.
I think we maybe. All right. Well, that's it. Say good night.
Night.
Night, internet.
Good night,
Drink
internet.
water.
I gotta
Drink
go.
water.
See you guys.
Later.
Night.